to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising,
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your late night edition of the Toon Review with myself and Stato, of course, for the Newcastle United versus Aston Villa Premier League series, which is kicking off in around about 10 minutes' time in Philadelphia. We'll dive straight into the sides. Newcastle United line up as follows. They go with Dubravka, Trippier, Shea, Target, Dummett, Bruno, Tonali, Anderson, with Almiron, Murphy, and Isak up front. So, Alex, a very interesting lineup.
Yeah, so we called Target right. Dummett wasn't expecting to be in the starting lineup. That's thrown me. I thought it would have been either Burn or Botman. Interesting. I would imagine Dummett's going to be the left-sided centre-half. I can't see Target ever playing centre-half.
No, definitely not.
Interesting to see Bruno, Tonali, and Anderson together. Anderson given another chance, actually quite exciting. And surprised Murphy's fit. I expected Gordon, but we did predict Almiron and Isak, or Almiron and Wilson, either or. So Murphy's a nice surprise inclusion.
Indeed. Well, Nick Pope's still not involved, obviously. So Karius and Darlow are the goalkeepers that are on the bench. Darlow is expected to fly back to the UK any moment soon after it looks like he's heading to Leeds United. Very strong bench, though. Botman, Lascelles, Joe Linton, Wilson, Gordon, Ritchie, Harvey Barnes, Mankio, Ashby, Byrne, Turner, Cook, Parkinson, and, of course, Lewis Miley. So very, very good lineup here, Alex. And I'm quite excited to see this lineup today.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see. Obviously, the big one is watching Bruno and Tonali together in the same midfield. Obviously, it's not quite the same without Joe Linton having that sort of battering ram that you've got there. Anderson's a very different player, but it still should be nice and fairly balanced. I want to see the sort of passing combinations between those two. It could be quite nice, and hopefully Bruno has a better game than he did the other day. Interested to see. To be fair, I'm interested to see Isak starting this time. Should be a good test for him, and then obviously Miggy continuing his form. Hopefully, I'm just a little bit nervous for Dummett because the last time I saw him, he was woeful. If anybody remembers his Tranmere performance, I am a little bit concerned. However, it's worth pointing out he's had nearly a year of training with Eddie Howe and the team since then that we've not seen. So there's the potential that Dummett's actually improved as a player behind closed doors, and we've just not seen that. Obviously, it's not going to be massive, but there might be differences.
Yeah. Well, this is how Villa line up. They go with Martinez, Cash, Concert, Mings, Dean, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Kamara, Philogene, Buendia, and Watkins. So pretty strong lineup from Villa, Alex.
Yeah, I mean they're not bothered about showing all their cards, are they?
No.
I mean, there's a few people that's not involved in that, but that's pretty much everyone, bar sort of Tielemans and the new centre half. Kamara, Luis, and McGinn is pretty nasty in midfield. Watkins obviously is their main man. Buendia's very, very talented. They got two of their main centre halves in Contra and Mings. Two of the big name fullbacks as well in Cash. Well, it's just everybody. Who was the goalkeeper? It's not Martinez, is it? It's someone else.
Martinez, no,
It is
Martinez.
Martinez.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, that lineup, all of them are going to play the majority of next season,
Yep.
bar maybe 3 or 4 that they've got on the bench. Maybe a Jacob Ramsey and Tielemans and the new centre half. So there's a few that are not involved, but they'll be very, very important.
Yeah, it's a strong side. We had a couple of super chats. George, thank you very much for your 10 quid, mate. He says, I'm always late for the shows. I was early for this one, 24 hours early. Thought it was last night. Oh, dear God. Zishan, thank you for your $4.99. He says, hi, guys. I couldn't wait for this commentary. It will keep me entertained driving to Devon. Well, there you go. And enjoy your drive down there. Let's have a look at some comments. Shane out in Australia. Good morning, gents. Nice to see a game of football at the proper time. Let's see what Bruno and Tonali are cooking. What I will say is there is a huge crowd suddenly developed after the Brentford Fulham game, and the Geordie presence there is simply unbelievable. I mean, it's incredible. The amount of fans that we've got at that ground now is well, I mean, it doesn't surprise me in a way, knowing Newcastle United fans the way we do now, and we know that they're so up for this game and everything. And there's just so many. There's kids in the crowd. But the black and white shirts are simply incredible already at the ground, in full voice as well, as you would expect. Now, guys, there's over 750 watching already. So if you do enjoy this very late night stream, early morning stream, please do hit that thumbs up button. We are sort of extending hours beyond belief here for tonight to put this on. We are 99 subscribers away from 22,000. So if you are new to the channel and you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and come be part of this incredible community. And also hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any videos. And of course, as a couple of people have already done tonight, you can donate to the channel if you do so wish by hitting the $ at the bottom of the live comments. Tom says it's an odd and ugly looking stadium. Yeah, it's a baseball stadium, I think, isn't it? Which is why it's a little bit...
I've heard both versions of that today on social media. A lot of people saying that they really like it and it's a nice alternative to the English-looking grounds, and then a lot of people saying they hate it.
Yeah,
it's one of those divides opinion, I guess. American stadiums.
It does. Matthew says, "Good morning. About to hop on a plane home to Sydney. Hope it's a plane with Wi-Fi." Absolutely. Local hero is in Italy. Good evening to you. Billy Bones, good evening. Paul, Julie J says, I don't think Rach saw me. Hi, Rach.
In the crowd.
Yes, just saw that, yeah. Toon Dave says, good evening all, looking forward to this. Malcolm, good evening. Thank you for doing this. Don't have Sky Sports, so this is a godsend. You're very welcome. Now, what I will say is the usual rules do apply for the watch-along, guys. I may be ahead or behind you guys watching. So please do not put any spoilers in the chat until me and Alex have commentated on it. Once we've mentioned it, then of course you can talk about it in the chat. But as Drac has just said there, he hasn't got Sky Sports, so he's listening to the commentary. So for those people, please don't put any spoilers in. Just knock the TV commentary off, watch it, listen to us, and have a fantastic watch along as per usual. So we don't want to, the mods don't want to chuck anybody out. So please just have some respect for the people that don't or aren't able to watch it and are just listening to the commentary. Spike, good evening to you. Baz Down Under, it's 9 a.m., a decent hour. You lucky buggers. Rochi says, good night all, topped up with Monster. Other caffeine beverages are available. Well, I'm here with my coffee and I will be having a definite couple of those to keep me going. Craig says, good morning all from a wet Australia for once. A great time to watch, nearly 9 a.m. Josh, good evening. The world is round, says I have to work at 7 a.m., but I can't miss this match. I think a lot of fans are feeling like that over here, Alex, that they can't miss this game.
No, sorry, I'm just distracted by the Chelsea shirt in the middle of our group, which is a funny one.
That, yeah.
So I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, likewise, I start at 9 o'clock tomorrow, so I'm going to have to be up early. I know a lot of people will probably start 6, 7 o'clock, equally as difficult. Oh, and there's a Manchester United shirt. This is going to be a painful viewing for the crowd. Oh, never mind. Oof. Yeah, it's a tough one, but it's what happens when you go on tour pre-season. We'll have it in the future. It will get even worse if we do sort of an Australia and an Asian tour with worse time differences, or God forbid, even the West Coast. It'll be even further. Fortunately, this isn't too much of a time difference. But it's not too bad. We've just got to brave it. It's only for a few games, and then we're back to UK time zones.
Absolutely. Another £5 super chat come in, and that's from Roadblock. Hi, Paul and Alex. Thanks for doing this along. Watch along. How are the lads? £5 super chat. Thank you very much for that, buddy. Come on, boys. Let's do this, says the little fella. Scott, good evening to you. We're just looking at the players in the tunnel, just saying hello to each other. A little bit bizarrely, lots of smiles with the referee and the Villa players there. I don't think that will continue. I'm expecting quite a feisty game, Alex. I watched the Brentford-Fulham game, and that was a bit tasty. Certainly, the way the Premier League teams have started this summer series, there is a bit of competitive nature to this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we discussed this earlier. It's no secret that we've got to face each other as the first fixture of the season. We've both put out fairly strong lineups, to be fair. And, if it was us against any other team, sort of a foreign team like we normally have, there wouldn't be as much of a problem. We could rotate, and if we lose, it doesn't matter. You just rotate and you get fit, test things. Whereas, there's a sort of bragging rights on the line here. You don't want to go and lose by a few against a Premier League rival, because there's no doubt Villa will be trying to push for sort of top 6 next season, the same as what we're going to be doing. So, it's about pride, even though it is early on in pre-season. It's not a competitive fixture, but I can see everybody wanting to win this. So the players definitely are very competitive.
Yep. Newcastle making the way out now as well. It's a bloody long walk from the dressing rooms out to the pitch. But we're just seeing Isak chatting away to Elliot Anderson there as they're just sort of shaking hands with a couple of the Villa squad there. Villa are ready. John McGinn looks in a very good mood, smiling away. Kieran Trippier saying hello to everybody, and there is Martin Dubravka. For me, a little bit of surprise tonight that he's starting, Alex.
Yeah, I did see it afterwards. A few people mentioned in the chat they had in fact seen him in training videos. I must have missed that. So, and he's obviously here. So it is what it is. It does look like Darlow's the more likely keeper to leave. So maybe it will be Karius, Dubravka and Pope. I think we've probably got the strongest keeper selection in the Premier League if we've got those three to choose from. I understand Pope isn't quite as good as players like sort of Edison and stuff. I mean, he's not too far away, but he's but our three, if you spread the overall of all three goalkeepers, I doubt people have got as good a second choice and third choice goalkeepers as we've got.
Absolutely. Very interesting as well that Tonali is playing number 8 tonight, Alex, and Anthony Gordon number 10. So it looks like Tonali may be taking number 8. They're definitely in the squad numbers. They've got the names on the back of the shirts this time, as Bruno just shakes hands with Douglas Luiz as they walk onto the pitch. It's just to see a black and white. I mean, there's black and white everywhere in this stadium. It's absolutely incredible. And great to see as well. It is absolutely fantastic. Mary, thank you for your £5 super chat. Hi, Paul and Alex. Looking forward to this pre-season friendly. Thank you for being up and about for this. It's most appreciated. You're very welcome, Mary. And Seattle Geordie, thanks for your $5. Here, I could get used to this. It's 4 p.m. here. Thanks for your dedication. Look on the bright side. You are not M.A. and Bruce Bald. Great Toon review. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Seattle Geordie. And a shaved Martin Dubravka as well, a clean-shaven Martin Dubravka, which I've never seen for quite some time, to be honest.
Dubs.
Baby Dubs, yeah. Maybe it's his new look, but we'll wait and see.
I don't like Emery wearing the same shirt as Eddie Howe either. They both got collared polo shirts, black.
Yes, they do.
It's the same shirt.
Just shaking hands with everybody. Yeah, they're in exactly the same T-shirts. That's weird. Of course, Emery could have been in the other dugout had things been very, very different post-takeover, of course. Rachel says, final reminder, no all caps, and we will time you out unless goal celebrations. Of course, as well, remember, please don't put any spoilers in the chat. You'll just be removed, so it's pointless really doing it. But we don't want that. We want to have a good watch-along as it's now rolled into Monday, as midnight is upon us. As Villa now come down the line shaking hands with the Newcastle United players. Remember, I could be behind you or I could be in front of you. If I'm in front of you, sorry, if you're in front of me, then you're watching on Sky, just pause it and just wait till I say, right, we're underway. Then press play and we'll all be synced up with everybody. So if you can do that, or just don't put any spoilers in, basically. Dave says, sitting up, relaxing with a new rescue dog I got from the pound, getting her to settle in, house watching the Toon. Love it. Oh, good luck to you, Dave. A nice one for rehoming a dog. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Big up the TTR crew. Thank you very much. As we just go through the teams again. So Dubravka is in goal. Trippier, Cher, Dummett, and Target. Midfield of Tonali, Bruno, and Anderson, with Murphy on the left, Miggy Almiron on the right, and Isak up top. Very strong side for Newcastle United, of course, going into this game. And I'm actually very excited about this because it's the season kicking off, and it's what we all want to see. Just a good performance. Villa lineup with Martinez, Cash, Mings, Konsa, and Dean. Philogene Bides, whoever he is. Douglas Luiz, Kamara, and Buendia make up the midfield. McGinn playing in a sort of number 10 role in behind Ollie Watkins. Ian Fleming, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, we'll give you this now, Paul, in case I'm too tired later. And Tide DV, thank you for your $4.99. He says, thank you for the late night stream. Random question. Why is Longstaff not mentioned in the team sheet at all? Because he's not there. He's not involved at all. But you've got to remember, we are playing 3 games. So don't panic about that. Longstaff's been involved in both the opening games, remember. And there's plenty of time. We've got 3 games coming up in a week. I'm pretty sure he'll be part of it. It's a very strong bench. We've got 4 more substitutes than Villa do. That's a little strange. Villa not really filling out the subs bench there, but there's Harvey Barnes sitting next to Anthony Gordon and Dan Burn, who is chomping on an apple. But I really can't wait for Harvey Barnes to come on. I hope he does with Gordon on the other side, Alex.
Yeah, well, it does look like Barnes will get a little show later on, possibly, maybe not from half time. I think he'll be a little bit later than that.
Well, we're underway. Bloody hell. The cameras didn't give me any go ahead there, but we're underway. And Newcastle have the ball, and immediately Cher hits a very long ball to the right-hand side looking for Jacob Murphy. So it looks like Miggy started on the left, Alex, which is interesting. No, he hasn't. Sorry.
It looks like a double pivot. Anderson's further forward. It looks like Tonali Bruno double pivot at the moment.
It does. As Isak's on the ball now, just outside the box. It comes to Anderson on his right foot. He hits a shot. In fact, it was Matt Target on his right foot hit that shot, and it didn't go anywhere, to be honest. I'll just shrink you down, Alex, like I normally do, so we can get people can see the scoreboard and everything, matey.
Yeah, I just had to pause mine to get in sync with yours because I was a little bit ahead. I didn't want to get excited when we had that chance.
Right, okay. Well, fair enough. I mean, the cameras it panned. It was looking at Dubravka, and then suddenly it panned round and we were underway. Tyrone Mings has the ball now. Just in his, just to the left of the penalty box, and he brings it out, chased by Isak. Nice little ball up to Ollie Watkins, his first touch of the game. Skips past Bruno quite easily inside. That's a nice ball, looking for the runner McGinn. He's got a header. Dummett is here. He's pulled it back. Chance for Villa. Watkins, but we get the men back. But that was a little scary how quickly he just disappeared past Paul Dummett there. Villa starting here with Matt Cash. Very much the stronger side in the opening 5 minutes of this game. But it's all the way back on the halfway line with Consta now, so they've had to come back. But a bright start from Villa after an early chance from Target, Alex.
Yeah, that was dangerous, that was. Anderson and Dummett not in the right positions there. A little bit too nervy. Very good from McGinn, to be fair to him. Luckily, we managed to clear our lines.
Yeah. Again, trying to play through the middle of the 2 fullbacks, but Fabian Cher is there. But referee has given a free kick to Aston Villa. Just on the centre circle. It's a nice ball that in for John McGinn, and he skipped around Paul Dummett. There was a bit of a wrestling match. I'm just seeing it again here. Dummett eventually did well. He got back, but here come Villa again down the right-hand side. Oh, he skipped past. Is that a free kick? No, says the referee. He take a bit of a dive. And Elliot Anderson runs the ball out of play, unfortunately, and
It
Villa
was
get a throw in.
kick. Dummett got nutmegged. We're
Yeah, he
2
did.
minutes into the game and Dummett's been nutmegged already. Surprise, surprise.
Absolutely shocking. However, we go on, and it's with Mings for Aston Villa, and it's all the way back to Martinez. Mings did not ping that back to Martinez. Conser now clips it forward. It's intercepted by Dummett. Now Tonali. Nice little ball in to Isak. Isak on the turn. He's got Anderson to the left. He's also got Matt Targett on the overlap. Targett swings across and straight away. It comes to Isak, and it could have been 1-0. It's deflected by Mings round for a corner. You see what he's trying to do there, Alex. He was just trying to side-foot it into the bottom corner, but Mings was aware to it.
Well, we've taken it quickly.
We have swung into the box again, and it's all the way out of play. Not a good ball in that from Trippier, but what a chance for Isak, Alex.
Yeah, that was a naughty little phase of play. That was Tonali. It looked like the ball was out wide to the right-hand side, and he just went, nope, just fully spun round and played it in straight. Target with a nice ball in first time from out on the left wing, and then Isak couldn't quite bend it round into the corner. Defender got a block on it, but that was really, really nice. And again, Tonali just understanding how to get the ball forward.
Just incredible, isn't it? Just his vision before he receives the ball. Very interesting. We're in the black and white kit. Ashley 8, he says, Dummett reminds me of how far we've done in such a short space of time, the difference in levels of play pre-takeover and post-takeover. Can't disagree. As Newcastle playing the ball out here, and it always worries me. Long ball played forward. Nice little play by Anderson. Knocks it down to Tonali. Good strength by Tonali. Lays it off to Bruno. Bruno bursts forward. Sees the run of Isak over the top, and the flag's gone up. That was a very tight one. I know Murphy was offside there, but I'm not sure about Isak, Alex.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a replay of that. I think that was a little bit closer than the linesman realises. Very nice there.
I actually think the linesman was thrown there by the run that Murphy made. And he just sort of stuck his flag up. We're not going to see a replay, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure Isak was onside there.
But it was really good from Bruno and Tonali together. Tonali managed to shrug off someone, played it forwards to Bruno in space, and then Bruno found the ball.
It was out to the right-hand side again for Villa. Target and this side, by all accounts, by the looks of things, but Dummett does well. Matt Targett now just rolls it back to Paul Dummett. Dummett goes into Bruno. Nice play by Newcastle United. Bruno then up to Elliot Anderson, who unfortunately loses the ball. And Villa win it back now. Good chasing down again by Newcastle United, though. They look hungry to win the ball back, but that's overhit. Surely he's not going to keep that in, and he doesn't. And it's a goal kick to the Toon. So very interesting first 5 minutes. Certainly better chance, I think, has fallen to Newcastle with that Isak chance, Alex, but it just delayed that slight couple of seconds, didn't he?
Yeah, I think you can see a little bit of weakness in the Dummett and Anderson there. I know Anderson's developing really, really well, but you can see already Target's having to help both Anderson slightly further forward and Dummett further back. So Target's going to have a busy evening trying to babysit. Yeah.
By the way, Isak's closing some balls down. He looks hungry tonight, does Isak? He's really sprinting after the ball. As Villa try and come through the middle, Tonali brushed aside, and Villa coming forward here. And this is an opportunity. They've got many either side. And here's a big chance for Ollie Watkins. And Villa have scored. And the offside flag stays down. And Aston Villa are ahead after 6 minutes. Alex, it's fair to say that the defending there was just, well, it was playing awful.
Yeah, it all came through the middle with Tonali misjudging the bounce. Just went round. He should have taken the man down. If you miss him, you got to take the man down. And then it was just poor defending from there. Nobody put the tackle in. Who was it? It's Cher. Dummett doesn't know where he's supposed to be.
I mean, where's Trippier going there? Trippier gets dragged inside and leaves Ollie Watkins completely on his own. It's a good finish by
four
Watkins.
Of you. Somebody's got to be on Watkins. Arguably Trippier. Somebody needs to be there. Just because he's in the right back space doesn't mean it has to be Trippier, but somebody needs to pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, Watkins, as he was running away celebrating the goal, looking at the linesman to see if there was an offside there, but it has been given, and Aston Villa lead by 1-0. And it's fair to say that defending was as rotten as it comes. And Eddie Howe will want to eradicate that immediately as we kick off again. Eddie Howe not looking best pleased with that. But, I mean, the way Buendia sort of bounced off Fabian Cher and then Trippier gets sucked in a long way and leaves Ollie Watkins on his own. It's crazy. Poor
Yeah, I
goal, that.
wouldn't mind some better replays. The coverage isn't very good so far
No,
of
it's
the of
not.
a couple of offsides and goals. I'm not keen on whoever's doing the recording here.
Well, do you know
We
what?
need some better
They
angles.
show the goals about 6-7 times, but not the sort of the actual build-up. They'll just show the striker getting the ball and finishing it off, and they don't show any of the build-up, which is weird. Anyway, we're back underway with Jacob Murphy here. He goes back to Fabian Schär. He has Dummett alongside him, and he rolls it into Paul Dummett. Dummett now brings it out, left to Matt Targett. Targett inside to Elliot Anderson, back to Matt Targett, and he goes back to Paul Dummett. Newcastle just looking to build again, get a foothold on this game after that, very, very poor opening goal, it has to be said, which has seen us a goal down. Long ball over the top for Almiron. The flag has stayed down. Miggy is onside. He's got a lot of choices here. He rolls it into Anderson. He's completely miskicked it. And well, the flag didn't go up, so it was onside, and that is a huge miss from Elliot Anderson. Bruno into Miggy again, skips round. It comes to Tonali. Tonali tries to fire it off with the side of his right foot, and it's eventually bounced back to Martinez. Poor finish, Alex.
Yeah, you got to be burying that. That's unacceptable from Anderson. He's done that a few times now. You got to be sharper with that. That's not good enough. I mean, if it gets blocked, it's not your fault, but you need to hit it. It wasn't bobbling around that much.
Well, it was on a plate. He should have just. I mean, it was an easy finish. I can't actually believe he hasn't put that in the back of the net, to be honest. But never mind. It's a chance gone, but a very good ball over the top. Good build up again, which is promising. Anderson now chasing down Martinez as Villa try and play out from the back again. Mings does a decent job this time, but we've won it back now. Bruno going backwards towards the centre line, slips it into Tonali. Tonali now got Watkins all over him, lays it into Isak. Isak on the side, on the byline, trying that jinky little skill that we know he's got. And Newcastle win a throw in. Tonali takes and plays it all the way back to Kieran Trippier. Trippier fires a ball across to Paul Dummett. Dummett then rolls it into Bruno again, who's seen plenty of the ball in the opening 10 minutes of this game. Looking for that killer pass. He finds it out to the right-hand side with Murphy. Murphy into Isak, who was offside. That's not great.
I don't think he is there.
Well, he didn't look offside. That is such a comb over from that linesman, by the way.
Yeah, I think they got the wrong flags out. They're used to playing the wrong game.
Yeah,
that wasn't
absolutely.
offside. I've questioned. In fact, I've questioned every single offside so far. I'm not convinced by any of them.
No, they've been a bit. They've been a bit dodgy, to be honest. But look, a very, very good finish from Ollie Watkins. Does what he does best. Just rolled it past Dubravka into the net to put Villa up. And here's McGinn bursting forward. It's another opportunity here for Villa. Buendia taking on Trippier. Gets a shot in. It's 2-0 to Villa. And again, Trippier, I mean, where is the defending here? Where is the defending? Fabian Schär shakes his head. And inside edge, stop putting spoilers in till we've commentated on it. Please do not put any spoilers in. Some people are ahead, some people aren't. Don't put spoilers in. Just wait till we've commentated on it before putting it in the chat. I mean, what's Trippier doing here? I don't get that defending when you're in your own box like that, going backwards. Get into him straight away. Why? I mean, I don't know. Alex?
Yeah, just a lot of space here. There's no solidity with it. They're just running through our midfield line. I do think we're missing Joe Linton here. Tonali's getting run past quite comfortably. There's so much space in midfield, and then our back line's just backpedaling. We're not playing a higher line or the offside trap. They're just being run at, and it's causing a lot of issues. We need to change something tactically, like right now.
I just don't understand that defending, Alex. I really don't understand it because you're in your own box. You've got Buendia running at you. Surely you go close and closing down. Why just show him space where you can get it onto either foot and have a shot? It doesn't make any sense. And we've paid for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna criticize the individual defending there. I mean, you can a little bit, but it's about how was that chance created, and it was just breezing through an open midfield.
Yeah.
And then our back line had backed off so much. By the time Buendia receives the ball, all our back four's in their own box already. Just slightly bizarre positioning there from the whole team.
Yeah. Well, 12 minutes gone and we're 2-0 down. Not the start that we certainly were expecting here, given we had some chances. Elliot Anderson had a chance to make it 1-1 with a simple tap in, and he miskicked the ball. As he's doing some chasing down on Matty Cash. Konsa is hacked down by Isak, and that's a free kick to Aston Villa. Villa are up for this. There's no doubt about it. Villa are up for this. And so far, you know, the defending from Newcastle, well, it ain't been great. And that's not just the back four. We're talking about the way they just, look, coming through the midfield again, Alex, straight through the middle. And they've got a chance here. They're in the box again. This is dangerous. Oh, Watkins almost gets a touch on it. And it's a corner to Aston Villa. It wasn't offside. And that could have been 3-0 in the first 15 minutes. They are coming through the middle so easily.
Yeah, well, you can see it now. He's on as well there.
Yeah.
Finally, a replay of an offside. It's literally the midfield. We need to change something right now. They're just walking through the midfield. Mings is just stepping sort of 10 yards forward, playing a ball, and we're just being completely cut through in the middle of the park.
Buendia is having a field day. He's having an absolute field day, just turning and coming, just going right through the middle.
We're just playing in the
spaces. Can't believe the room that they've got. In comes the court. Well, no, it's not. It's played short. And they've messed it up, have they? No, Miggy's lost it. Buendia is causing all sorts of problems here. In comes the cross. It's deflected out by Murphy. And another corner to Aston Villa. Jody Mick, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says, well, this is going to be a long night. Yes, it's looking that way, mate, unfortunately. But listen, we're not even 15 minutes in yet. We've got time, but we need to put this right. We need to put this awful. It's not right in midfield. We're all over the shop right now.
We'll be all right. We'll settle.
Douglas Luiz to take the corner. I certainly don't want to go 3-0 down, Alex. I think that would be a disaster. Mings almost gets a header, but Dummett gets his Fabian Schär gets ahead to it. Target now up the line for Elliot Anderson. Oh, nice little move there, cutting inside John McGinn, but then again tries to fire the ball, but McGinn gets it back and does really well to get it back to Konsa. That was good play by McGinn, good strength, but Anderson's got to be stronger in that sort of area. He did well initially to cut inside of McGinn, Alex, but then he couldn't find the pass.
Yeah, I mean, Villa are just up for it at the moment. We'll be fine. Again, it does change it throughout the course of the 90 minutes in terms of we'll get a control of the possession.
Ian Toon Trader Spoons, good to have you with us. Thank you for your 199 super chat. He says maybe we'll win the penalty shootout. Yeah, it's looking a little bit. Mind you, I've just seen a typical Paul Dummett header there, Alex, when he just came absolutely barreling in to win that header. It didn't go anywhere. It went out for a throw-in, but
it's not what we need at the moment.
There. And again, Villa coming right through the middle, but this time Elliot Anderson gets his foot in, but that's given away from Matt Targett, and this is a big chance for Villa again, and it's just wide. It's just wide. And again, it's who is that guy?
Dummett who gave it away.
Well, it's a corner, so I think Doob's got a touch on that. But again, terrible touch from Dummett. That, I mean, that's Sunday League play, that. And it did take a deflection actually off Fabian Schär. Just got a heel on it to send the ball out for a corner. Could have sent it just wide at Dubravka and into the net, but it didn't. Michael Marsden, good evening to you. Hope you're well, good mate. And thank you for your £10 super chat, mate. Really appreciate that. Nice to see you with us. Almost 1,300 watching. Thank you so much. Please do hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Let's see how close we can get to 22,000 on this watch along. In comes the Villa corner, this time an in-swinger from Louise, headed away by Fabian Schär, volleyed back in by Matt Cash, and that is wide of the post. It's just one team in this game at the minute, it's fair to say, Alex.
Yeah, we'll come back into it shortly. We just need to get a little bit of possession. Yeah. At the moment, Villa are a little bit sharper, winning the second balls, a little bit more aggressive, and obviously just driving into the space. It doesn't help that we're making a few mistakes on the ball and conceding easy possession. That's also a problem. And Dummett isn't doing himself any favours at all. And he's certainly not putting himself in the shop window, although I think we've signed him to stay with us. So,
well, I'm not sure what's going on here with the right-hand side, Alex, because we've got Trippier, Murphy, and Almiron all playing down the right-hand side. It's I'm not sure what this formation is. Miggy's now coming inside. So is Miggy playing a number 10 role? I'm not so sure. That's a good ball. Anderson fires it in, and it doesn't find anyone. It was just behind Isak. He's in a lot of space there, Elliot Anderson. Foul given against Kieran Trippier and Ollie Watkins, who does like a goal against Newcastle United, of course, and he's already got one in this game. But something just doesn't look right here. The left-hand side looks a bit skew-whiff. The right-hand side, well, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm trying to still work out what formation we're playing. I mean, some people are saying 3-4-2-1, 4-3-2-1. I'm not sure what it is. But we've got to settle down.
It is changing. I mean, Matty Target's right on the halfway line at the moment.
There's another ball over the top. That's good defending by Fabian Schär, though, and he gets it to Kieran Trippier. Trippier, lovely bit of skill on this byline there to give himself a little bit of space. Back to Murphy. Murphy then back to Martin Dubravka, starting his first preseason game of the season. And now Fabian Schär rolls it into Trippier. Trippier now back to Fabian Schär. Villa pressing high, not letting us come out here, Alex.
Yeah, well, they're 2-0 in the lead. They've got a lot of confidence. Why not? They want to try and pin us back and try and win the ball. They can see we've already made a couple of mistakes, and they're going to play to their game plan.
Isak takes the ball nicely in midfield. I've just seen a comment saying this is our Champions League team. No, it's not. No, it's not. I can guarantee you it isn't. Here's Trippier on the ball, out to Murphy. Having said that, though, it's still a very strong team, and it's a very disappointing start of the game. But we are starting to get a little bit more possession now, knocking it around a little bit. Dumbit on the ball here, midway through his own half, rolls it to Target. Target cuts inside, and now it's with Trippier on the far side. Trippier now brings it slowly out, looking for a ball. He gets it from Isak. Isak turns, lays it into Jacob Murphy. He has to go back to Trippier. Isak made a very, very good run there, curling off the man, and Murphy just turned around, went the other way. That's a great ball over the top again, though. Again, finding that ball out to Elliot Anderson on the left-hand side. That's a couple of times in the last couple of minutes, Alex, that we found a bit of space there on the left.
Yeah, it's clearly something they've been working on. Although Isak was furious he didn't receive that ball when he made the run, but regardless, it did open up space on the opposite side. It does look like we're trying to default into that sort of 3 shape that we use when Dan Burn's playing. Target sitting very, very high up. So Trippier almost as a funny sort of half centre-half / right back.
Yeah. Malcolm's asking, did Dubravka not have a chance with the goals? I don't think so. I'm not going to look at Dubravka for the goals. No. Just very, very well hit. The second one from Buendia, yes, it was at his near post, but it was an absolute bullet of a shot, to be fair.
A few people very complimentary of Ollie Watkins as well. I mean, he was just stood in space and nobody marked him. I think it was more of a reflection of our poor defending and awareness. I don't think Watkins did anything amazing. Scoring from point-blank range, you should.
Well, that's what he's there for. He did take the goal well, but that's what he's there for. He shouldn't miss a chance like that. I mean, he wouldn't have missed that chance that Elliot Anderson missed. Let's be honest. No. I mean, it was a simple side foot into the net, and you know, miss kicking in that position. It's not good enough, unfortunately. However, we are 21 minutes into this game, and it is Newcastle 0, Villa 2. Villa 2-0 up within 10 minutes, but we've settled a bit since then. We're knocking the ball around a little bit better, but we haven't had any chances of note since going 2-0 down. Here is Murphy on the right-hand side. Goes on a run. Miggy tries to clip the ball back to him. In fact, Bruno was taken out very late there again. And it's something that was highlighted in the Rangers game that Bruno was getting targeted very quick. But he's won the ball back brilliantly there. Oh, the referee's given a free kick. You are... Nah, that's a disgraceful decision from the referee. Brilliantly won the ball.
That wasn't correct. Yeah, you can laugh all you want, Mr. American. Not correct decision, is it, though?
He's won the ball brilliantly. And Bruno is absolutely furious at that decision.
In the previous phase, there was about 4 or 5 players kind of half stopped, waiting for the whistle that never came for what was a foul, and then seemingly he gives a foul for something that's not a foul. It's bizarre.
Yeah, really soft decision. That really soft. Good play by Matt Cash to get past Elliot Anderson there. And here come Villa down this right hand side, but it's played all the way back. Kamara. I don't know who that... I'm finding that number 33's name a bit difficult to pronounce because he's a new signing. I'm trying to remember who he is. Anyway, Tyrone Mings on the ball, plays it forward, nice ball. Watkins flashes it out to the right-hand side. That might have too much on it, and it does indeed, and it's a Newcastle United throw in. But again, if he'd kept that in play there, he was in absolute yards of space as the referee decides it is now time for a drinks break. Alex, sum up that first 22, 23 minutes.
An absolute shambles from us for the first 15. Just acres of space in midfield, second best to everything. And then we've calmed down since then. We've cut out the mistakes. Referee's not really helped with the momentum, but it is what it is. We could have had a goal, really. We should have had a goal with that Elliot Anderson chance. So the scoreline doesn't necessarily speak for how it's been, but Villa deservedly up. Although I think it should probably be 2-1. Just it is what it is.
I'm not actually sure still what the formation is. I mean, are we playing three at the back? I don't think we're playing three at the back.
I think it's a 4-3-3. I think it's just sort of when we've got the ball and when we're pushing targets higher up, and that's all it is. And then
I've just seen the Villa first goal again. Just a simple goal kick from Martinez de Buendia all the way to our box, and then a simple finish for Ollie Watkins. Wow. And then again, very, very similar. Pass to McGinn, Villa burst forward, and then Buendia gets the ball outside the penalty area. And then, well, I don't know. I don't know whether Dubravka might be a bit disappointed with that, Alex. It's looking at it again. Dubravka was very close to his near post. And goalkeepers are always disappointed when they're beaten at the near post, of course. But that, but by the by, it's in the back of the net anyway as they return to the pitch after the drinks break. And if you've just joined us, thank you very much. Over 1,300 watching. We do appreciate that, considering it is midnight. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. We're about 81 subs away now from 22,000. We really want to see how far we can get with this watch along tonight towards that 22,000 mark. So thank you very much in advance for that. And we hope you're enjoying the game as best you can when we're 2-0 down. Lisa, good evening to you. She's just put dumb it with an emoji covering her eyes. I don't think Dummett's actually at fault for the goals necessarily, but I don't know.
He doesn't look particularly confident.
Not at all. Tonali plays it forward towards Isak, but Villa are first to the ball on every occasion here. We just look so disjointed right now compared to how we played in the first half against Rangers. This is completely different. But now we've got Tonali on the ball, whips it into Isak. I love how he whips them passes, Alex. It's incredible, isn't it? Isak, that's offside. He went too early. Well, no, he didn't go too early, actually. I thought Isak could have played that a little bit quicker.
I like how there was a blatant foul in the previous phase that the referee just let go as well. Like, we definitely fouled then, and the referee didn't care.
Yeah.
Can we have some legitimate refereeing, please? This is pretty bad.
Well, I think the Premier League referees, these guys, Alex.
Well, I'm not being biased there because we committed a foul there. Like, it should have been Villa's free kick, and he didn't give it. Like, just be consistent, please.
Fabian Schär beats Ollie Watkins to the ball. Then finally, the referee decides to play on. Frankie, good evening to you. Hope you're well. It's Bruno on the ball at the minute. Again, just looking for some help. Gets it from Fabian Schär. Schär rolls it down the line. Sorry, Trippier rolls it down the line to Murphy. Murphy, nowhere to go and kicks it straight out of play. That was not good. And the thing is, Villa have only had one friendly so far, guys, and that is against they played Boreham Wood before they came out to America. I really think Newcastle...
Walsall, wasn't it?
No, they played Boreham Wood. I'm sure they did.
No, they played
no,
Walsall.
it might have been Walsall, actually. Yeah, I'm thinking of... No, Brentford played Boreham Wood or Fulham did. I can't remember which one. Never mind. But having said that, I think, to be honest, we should look a bit better than we've looked. But that's a good bit of play now. And Murphy's got a lot of space down the right-hand side. Clips it back to Miggy. Miggy's got nowhere to go. Finds Bruno. Bruno, again, has to turn backwards. Goes to Trippier. Trippier then inside to Bruno. Midway through the Villa half. Bruno, an awful pass. And Villa break away with Matty Cash. Not quite sure who Bruno was aiming for there. But Villa are certainly coming forward with pace here. And that's just slightly overhit. Or else they were in again there.
Yeah,
it's actually a poor ball, that. Yeah.
Yeah, slow to get back into shape from Anderson there. We needed an extra man to try and block a pass, and Anderson was really slow. And I think Bruno was aiming for Anderson, to be fair.
Yeah. What got me there was, though, Murphy's away down the right-hand side. That's a better ball over the top. And we're onside. And Anderson is clean through on goal. And he's tucked it away brilliantly. Elliot Anderson finally gets a bit of confidence in his legs. He did well there, Alex. Beautiful ball over the top. And he's clean in. Could have given it to Isak. Didn't. Remained confident. Skipped round the defender. And he rolls it in past Martinez. And we're back in the game at 2-1.
Yeah, lovely. Great awareness from Isak to realise he was offside. Anderson was on. The defence were just left there.
God, Anderson's miles onside.
Yeah. It's the third time we've tried that ball. It was from Cher the previous 2 times. This one was from Murphy. It's worked. Villa
that is a beautiful goal, by the way. Absolutely nice beautiful goal that from Elliot, definitely. And that'll give him a bit of confidence after his mare he had with that miss in the first 15 minutes of the game. But we're back in it. It's 2-1. And again, that ball over the top, Alex, we've seen a few times so far in this first half. A couple of times we knocked that ball over and we've had good opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, Steve's just said exactly what I was going to say. That was a much harder chance than the one he missed.
Oh, God,
that was
a
lot
million
harder.
miles harder. Yeah. He took it really well. Skipped inside the defender who came sliding. I think it was Konsa came sliding across, but he kept his composure very well just to let Konsa slide by him. And then the first, without even looking first time. And there's another ball over the top for Anderson. It's a brilliant one. Martinez has to come out and belts the ball into the high heavens. But that ball over the top from Cher is working a treat.
It is indeed. They can't handle Elliot Anderson at all. It's Martinez is having to clean up shop now and try and be aware of it. But the more they focus on that, the more we're going to be able to break through in other areas. So
yeah. Dr. House, thank you for your £2 super chat. Elliot Anderson, let's go. How are the lads? Here, Paul. Good evening or good morning. Hope you're well. Here's Tonali down by the left corner flag, left-footed cross, and it's gathered up by Martinez. I'd like to see a bit more pressure on the goalkeeper there, to be honest. It's a sort of high hanging ball as they go route one again looking for McGinn. Fabian Cher does really well and wins the free kick. McGinn looks a bit perplexed as to why he was given a foul against him there.
Wow, difficult to see there.
Well, yeah. Here's Trippier now. Rolls it into Bruno. Bruno again over the top. Outside of the boot. Looking for Miggy. Should have done better there. And have we won a corner? No, we haven't.
How have we not won a corner there when he kicked it off McGinn? Was that not McGinn he kicked it off?
I'm not sure. Having said that, certainly the opportunities over the top here, Alex, are there for all to see. It's just every single ball over the top. Yeah. We're causing them absolute havoc.
I mean, it's Foxy's just hit the nail on the head that we're using 2 different systems and shapes, formations. Villa are compared to us. They've got a really high line. They're being really aggressive, trying to play through the space. And we've got a little funny system with the 3 centre halves at the moment, and trying to break their high line. And there's positives and negatives to both. And you can see that's why there's 3 goals within the first 30 minutes.
Absolutely. DJ Ellison, thank you for your super chat of $1.99. He says Villa are wide open to that ball over the top. And George T, thank you for £2. And he says, yes, the comeback starts. Indeed, it does. Let's hope it continues as Villa come down this right-hand side again. Dummett forces him back it goes to Matty Cash now. Cash has to spin. Good pressing that by Elliot Anderson. But they've got a chance here, Villa. Kamara's on the ball. Skips into the box. 4 Newcastle players around him there. Still manages to get the ball to Matty Cash. He rolls it back to Douglas Luiz. Luiz twisting and turning, looking for that out ball. Finds Kamara. Kamara just brings it back towards the halfway line. He's going to have to go back to Konsa. Konsa now on the halfway line. 15 minutes to go to half-time. Newcastle 1, Villa 2. Disastrous start by Newcastle. But they've gradually got themselves back into the game. But here come Villa down the right-hand side again. And McGinn is on the edge of the box here, completely unmarked. But good work by Elliot Anderson. He saw that and did a good job. But then Villa come and hit the shot again. And Dubravka down to his left gathers the ball. Chengi or whatever his name is there, cutting in on that was Bruno not strong enough this time, and Dubravka down to his left holding onto the ball. So it remains 2-1, but we've got to be stronger there in that circumstances, Alex.
Yeah, we need to close down a little bit harder. It is quite slow. I'm not super happy with Anderson's off the ball work, to be honest. I'm absolutely loving what he's doing with his runs. There's certain things I love about him, his technical ability, but I do feel like we're missing a bit of Joe Linton. Definitely with the physicality
there. He's gone down. Consa just stood up, stayed strong there, but he caught Anderson on the ankle there. The referee wants to have a little chat. Tells him to be careful. Gary says, second half, I bet you Dummett and Dubravka are changed. Possibly. Certainly Dummett. I don't think Dummett will play the 45 at all. David Garcia, thank you for your $4.99. He says, Newcastle just channeling their inner Rocky, falling behind so they can make a comeback. Greetings from Fontana in California. Thank you very much for that. Long ball over the top again. Almost gets in Almiron, but he's not the height to get the ball, unfortunately. And Villa again coming through the middle. It's a simple out ball for them. It has been all through this first half. Good defending this time by Matt Targett, though. Oh, that's nice from Bruno. Sorry, that was Jacob Murphy. No, it wasn't. It was Bruno. My God, what is happening with me? My eyes are shutting. Good work from Bruno. Matt Targett's been brought down. It hasn't been given, though.
It's a foul.
Just
unnecessarily poor refereeing. Like, the refereeing's not really impacted the scoreline or the game, so can't really be too bothered. But it may do if they keep having bad decisions. Do better.
Absolutely. Dummett with the throw in, throws it back now to Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär in his own area, swings it out to the right hand side to Kieran Trippier. Trippier back to Fabian Schär. Now to Paul Dummett. Dummett now just has a look. A simple ball there to Target, but he turns back and rolls it to Fabian Schär again. Schär's got Bruno in front of him, but he elects to go to Trippier. Trippier out wide now to Almiron. Almiron's got Murphy further right. Almiron then goes on the overlap. It's a good clip over the top, and Almiron's away. Right, Almiron to the byline. He's going to cut back on his left foot, rolls it back to Murphy, and he shoots it wide. Good opportunity, that. Good build-up.
Yeah, that was much better. Nice to see Miggy involved. He's been pretty quiet so far. Murphy making a nice late run into the box, finishing off what he started.
Oh, I tell you what, a little more bend on that, and Isak wouldn't have been far away from tapping that in.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was going for a shot. I think he was trying to drag it across the 6-yard box, to be completely honest.
Well, unfortunately, it did drag across, and it remains 2-1 to Villa with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Guys, keep the spoilers to yourselves. Do not put it in the chat until we've mentioned it in commentary. It's only fair to those people that aren't watching the game and just listening to commentary. As Ollie Watkins almost gets through again. I think he would have been offside had he touched that.
Yeah, that was off.
Please have some respect for everybody else. Don't put spoilers or the mods will chuck you out of the chat. As Trippier now has the ball. Midway through the half, rolls it into Bruno. Bruno turns outside of the football through. Oh, again, there is a gap there between the two Villa central defenders, Alex. There's no doubt about it. There's a gap there, and we're utilising it, whether it be over the top or on the ground.
Yeah, Martinez is having to come out really early now just to cover that.
As Fabian Schär brings it up to Paul Dummett now towards the halfway line. Dummett on his left foot inside to Isak. Good strength by Isak holding off Luiz. Isak now turns back on his right foot, fires a ball out to the right-hand side, looking for Jacob Murphy. But good defending. Just not enough on that ball there from Isak. He was kind of slipping as he hit that, as Tyrone Mings brings it away for Villa. Has to turn. Good pressing from Almiron. Mings now rolls it into Kamara. And then inside again. Now Buendia through the middle again. Is Ollie Watkins again right through the middle of the two centre-backs. But Watkins couldn't take it. It was a very strongly hit pass from McGinn, but it was a chance. And here's Jacob Murphy now. Kicks it to absolutely nobody, and it rolls into Martinez.
Yeah, it's Mings to Kamara and then forwards. There's just no shutdown on that, and it's really dangerous.
Yeah. Alan Nichols, thanks for your $1.99 super chat. And he says, no spoilers, please. Exactly. you will be ejected as Anderson now rolls it back to Trippier. Bruno into Fabian Schär. He's passing inside the centre circle here. Then it's out by Tonali to Paul Dummett. Dummett inside to Fabian Schär. Rolls it across to Kieran Trippier. In turn, goes out to Jacob Murphy. Murphy now. 2 Villa players approach him. He slides it into Bruno. Then Murphy's taken out. The referee doesn't even wave play on, so I don't think he'd even given a free. Well, he does now. Ages after the play. Good ball outside. Just held up there as it was looking to be Anderson's ball. There was no spin on the ball there. That's a bad touch by Miggy. And he's given a free kick to Villa for a foul by Tonali, but Miggy was all over the shop there. I'm not sure what Miggy was trying to do.
No, I think it was the free kick was on Miggy. I think Tonali got the ball.
But, well, we've got 38 minutes gone in the game. It is still Newcastle 1, Villa 2. Luke McKean, thank you very much for your $7.99 Australian dollars. Much appreciated, my friend. And welcome to the show. Carl says, add Pope, Botman, Byrne, J7, Barnes and Gordon to the team, and it's a completely different game. Yeah, we've got all those guys still to come. Here's Bruno for Newcastle, just on the edge of the penalty area. Rolls it out to Murphy. Murphy back to Bruno. Bruno has a look. He's got an overlap from Trippier, but looks inside, finds Tonali. Tonali back to Bruno. Bruno inside to Isak. Good football by Newcastle this. Good play by Murphy again. Just can't get the cross in. But we win a throw in. Lucas Dean making the challenge. Murphy then throws it into Anderson, but can't find him. It was pretty bad throw in, that, to be honest. But here is Almiron for Newcastle. Trippier inside now to Bruno. Bruno's tripped, spins, and a free kick for Newcastle. Is this in shooting territory, Alex?
For Trippier, potentially. A little bit far out, unless he wants to give it to Tonali. Oh, they're having a little chat. We'll
this
see.
Could be interesting. Well, so far in all the friendlies, it's been Trippier taking them, and Tonali hasn't been on it, but he's having a good chat with Tonali here.
Well, it's the right side half space. This is perfect for Tonali. I mean, Schär's in there as well. I mean, to be fair, this is quite a good. This is the sort of position that Fabian Schär normally fancies a hit from. I'd prefer if Tonali whipped one in for somebody else to get their head on, though.
Fabian Schär, so I was just thinking, let me hit the thunderbolt with it. Let me just schloss this. 5 minutes to half-time, free kick in a very good position. I mean, I would say that's 40 yards, Alex, 35. So it's going to have to be hit very, very well if it's to beat the goalkeeper.
30, yeah.
It is going to be Trippier to take it.
If it's going to go in,
I don't think he's going to shoot from there.
Absolute thunder.
Yes. I don't think he's going to shoot from there, to be honest.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so sure with the way we're
body
lining
language.
up.
He hasn't. He's gone for the cross, and it's a good header away, and it's a Newcastle United. No, it's not. It's an Aston Villa free kick for offside.
Not quite sure how that works.
That didn't look offside to me, but then again, none of the offside decisions have looked right to me since the bloody game kicked off. But I'd like to have seen a shot come in there, Alex, to be honest. I mean, I know it was quite a distance out, but why not test the goalkeeper? You know, this surface is a little weird because there doesn't seem to be any spin on the ball. It's very dry. Obviously, in the humidity out there, the heat, it's not exactly skidding off the surface. If you notice when the ball's landing, it's sort of landing and it's dead straight away.
It's just dying, yeah. I'm not particularly fond of this pitch at all. It's quite poor. I don't know if it's like this year round or if it's just, suffering because of the heat.
Tonali has just fouled McGinn, and it's a free kick to Villa. And Tyrone Mings brings it out now over the halfway line for the Villa. 2-1 up there as we approach half-time. Good play by Douglas Luiz, that inside to Buendia. Sent Douglas Luiz away again. Watkins has gone for the ball in the middle, but good defended by Tonali this time. Bruno then over the top, tries to set Elliot Anderson away. Matty Cash brings it down. He's had a decent first half, Matty Cash, actually, Alex. The Polish international.
He's a tidy fullback. Although there's a few reports that Emery's not super keen on him.
Well, he's on the ball now, but he's lost out. Bruno won the ball back brilliantly there, and it's set Isak away, and his shot is blocked by I think it was Conser. Mings and Conser very close together there, and it looked like Conser blocked the shot as Buendia brings it away to McGinn. Back now to Kamara. Kamara just settles it back down, finds Douglas Luiz, and then Douglas Luiz is taken out by Elliot Anderson, and a free kick again to Aston Villa.
Yeah, Isak should have taken Murphy's run there on the right-hand side. He was in Akers' space.
Yeah.
That needed a pass. I don't know if he knew he was there or if he didn't get a shout, but the pass was the right choice.
But you're Alexander Isak, Alex. You're never going to pass in that situation, are you really? Very rare for strikers to lay the ball up like that. But we've certainly responded well, I think, Alex. We've got back into the game when really at one stage we could have been 3-0 down in 15 minutes, but we've managed to, just steady ourselves and get back into the game.
Yeah, well, the shape's a little bit more structured. Although they are weaving through that midfield a little bit too easily. But we've calmed down. We've got a goal. Definitely still in this game.
Bruno's getting very frustrated at this referee. I mean, he's made some good tackles, Bruno, and he's getting penalised for them left, right, and centre. Ridiculous. But Mings allowed to bring the ball forward now for Villa. Sends it out to the left to Lucas Dean. He's got Buendia ahead of him. Just checks back. I think Villa will be happy to go in 2-1 at the break, to be honest. They're not really pressing here for a third goal, but that's not to say that they might not get one. Lucas Dean has got right to the byline here. Good defending again from Jacob Murphy. He's done that quite a few times in this first half, Murphy. He's got back and blocked some crosses. But a corner to Villa with 1 minute left in the first half. If you've just joined us, Villa are leading by 2-1, and we're ahead, 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, really, and it set the tone for a very rough first 15 minutes for Newcastle United. However, we're back in it with Elliot Anderson, and obviously half-time is upon us, as Douglas Luiz is going to swing this in with his right peg. Anytime now, Douglas. And it comes. Oh, Mings got ahead there. If he got a header on that, and the long shot from Lucas Dean is easily collected by Dubravka, who was wrestled by Ollie Watkins, but rolls it out to Dummett, who in turn goes back to Fabian Schär. Schär then up the line to Trippier. Trippier turns, goes back to Fabian Schär. Schär then turns and goes back to Dubravka. I don't think there'll be a lot of injury time, to be honest. In this first, he's given 4 minutes. Where's 4 minutes of injury time come from?
Yeah, that's not right either.
I mean, we've had 3 goals, fair enough, but we haven't had the physios on at all. That's unbelievable.
My little first-time refereeing set they got for Christmas.
Unless he's adding time on for the drinks break, but if that's the case, what the hell's the point of having the drink? I don't understand that. Never mind. Bruno on the ball. He's got Kamara all over him, and Bruno gives the ball away, but wins the free kick. I mean, that was simple for Bruno just to give it out to Trippier there.
I wanted the free kick 4 seconds earlier. The referee needs to blow the whistle for us sometimes.
He was getting wrestled, but nothing comes of it. It's back with Martinez now. Interesting to see what Eddie does at half-time, Alex, because I don't think he'll keep the same 11. I don't think he'll keep the same formation. Something has to change here.
I could see maybe 1 or 2 changes, possibly. No more than that, though. I don't think he'll change the shape. Depends who he brings on.
Well, they're only allowed to bring 4 substitutes on at half-time, Alex. So, good work by Elliot Anderson to win that ball back. He's into the box. He goes to his left foot. Oh, what a save by Martinez. It comes loose and it's smashed in by Isak. And it's 2-2. But all credit to Elliot Anderson, who once again, brilliant work down the left-hand side. Just jigsawed his way through the Villa defence. Good save by Martinez. And it comes out to Isak, who makes absolutely no mistake. Fires it in, and it's 2-2 right on half-time, Alex.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we said. You know, we're missing Joe Linton in certain phases of the midfield play. However, you don't get this really from Joe Linton. Not the technical ability that Anderson's shown on occasion there, and the desire. And you don't often say that about Joe Linton.
That was I'm not sure what Mings was doing trying to clear that ball. By the way, he completely lost his bearings, and it's 2-2. And what a time to get a goal. I mean, incredible. Down and out after 10 minutes. And, Alex, you said we'll be all right.
Yeah, well, of course. We're not down and out. We'll be fine. We always are.
As Tyrone Mings now brings it out of defence for Villa, rolls it out to the left to Lucas Dean. Is there another goal in this before half-time? McGinn for Villa. Bruno in and another free kick. There's a real battle in the midfield going on. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, before we gave our real predictions, we both did say we could see a couple of goals either side because it being, you know, a testy game where we're trying different things out, a few mistakes here and there, and it's that already. In one half, we've already got 4 goals.
Well, Newcastle on the attack again with Isak. Oh, he could have played Miggy through there if he just got his head up. But Isak's going on one of these runs and he's tripped over, and a free kick to Newcastle. Louise hacks him down, but he could have played Miggy through the middle there. He was clean through.
At risk, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because he's gone. If Maxi had done those 2 little runs without those 2 passes, he'd have been absolutely crucified for it. Isak needs to look.
I never thought you'd bring his name up tonight. George T, thank you for another £2 super chat. Much appreciated. He says, I've just woke the wife up with a cheer. Oh, dear. You'll be in the bad books, George, but why not? Why not? It's a free kick to Newcastle United. Trippier's going to take this. Again, haven't seen Tonali take one single free kick yet for Newcastle United. Surely they've got to mix this up a little bit from time to time, I would have thought.
Especially with Trippier being a right back and taking this from the far left position. Surely It makes more sense to let Tonali take it.
And it's absolutely awful, but it does come out to Miggy on the edge of the box. Plays it out to Murphy. Murphy clips it in, looking for Isak. It's headed away. That was a dreadful free kick, by the way. Absolutely dreadful. And we've said this many times about some of the, some of the free kicks from Trips. He's just mix it up a bit. Give Tonali an opportunity, for the love of God.
Yeah, I mean, towards the end of last season, Eddie Howe did say that Trippier had been excellent for the season for set pieces, and it's difficult to agree with him. I agree with him with 99% of things, but I don't think Trippier's been particularly good at delivering set pieces for teammates.
No,
and I do want to see Tonali take some.
Well, the halftime whistle has gone in Philadelphia, and at halftime it is Newcastle United 2, Aston Villa 2. A very, very competitive game. Villa 2-0 up within 10 minutes. I'm not sure what's going on. There seems to be a chat going on the bench. I mean, are they actually going to the bench, or are they staying outside, or Villa are going off the field? I'm not sure what Newcastle are doing here. Maybe they're just going to have half time on the bench, stay out in the warmth. They're all getting a drink on the sideline. Eddie Howe's currently getting interviewed. Smile on his face.
Half-time interview.
Yeah, they did it in the other game, and they interviewed Silva. I'm not sure why or why.
What is this about? He needs to speak to his team. What? I'm sorry, Americans, but what is this? He needs to talk to his team.
Newcastle, the subs are on the pitch, and the other guys are on the sideline. They haven't gone off. Dubravka's heading off.
Well, thank you.
Most of the team has stayed on the pitch here. Eddie's now gone on to chat to I'm not sure what's going. He's having a chat with Joe Linton, so it looks like Big Joe's coming on. But I've never seen this at halftime before. I've never seen a team apart from Hull City, of course, that time at the Etihad. But I've never seen a team stay out there unless they just think it's so damn warm. They're just going to keep warm outside. Yeah,
it is a little bit bizarre. I'm gonna keep my comments to a minimum on how you operate sports over in the US, but this is a little strange.
Well, I thought you might have something to say about that. Guys, we are on 21,941 subscribers now. Over 1,600 watching at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. That is incredible. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you are new to the channel and like what you see, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Putting a real late night shift in for you tonight. And we'd love to be near 22,000 by the time the stream finishes. 59 away, guys. With your help, we can get there very, very quickly. So thank you for that. And don't forget to hit that notification bell as well, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any recorded videos. And like so many wonderful people have done tonight, you can donate to the channel if you do so wish by hitting the $ at the bottom of the live comments, which will take you through to a payment method. So thank you very much for that. Ratchet says it's 5:45 a.m. Here in India. I'll tell you what. Billy says, send me the code. I'm up and about. Well, let me see what's going on here. Have I got a code?
After
Billy,
us
I haven't got a code, mate. There's no code come up on my email. So I'm not sure why you can't get in StreamYard. There's no code come up on my email, buddy. If you try again and then let us know, and it'll flash up. Kendos is actually quite liking the immediate how interview. I think things would be different if that was an intense Premier League game. And he's just witnessed the first half where Side conceded 2 goals. I think he would be a lot more animated, shall we say, if that indeed was the case. We've got a $7.99 Australian from Jimmy Barr. Halftime 2-2. Great commentary as always, lads. A beautiful 7 a.m. kickoff for me, which is a good change. Great support by the TTR fam. Hope you're not too tired. I actually don't feel tired at the minute. I feel quite refreshed, but I do have a very large cup of coffee in front of me. But I'm enjoying it. I'm absolutely enjoying it. Stu says, Tony says, Ditchburn's night owls. Get to those phones. I believe that's what he used to say. Great commentary, guys. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Big up Paul and Stato. Great effort tonight. Thank you very much. David says, any chance of an ASM rant, Stato? A 1 a.m. special. I'm not sure we need to have an ASM rant tonight, do we, Alex?
No, I don't think we need one. I think I've already mentioned all I need to on that. Although I'm definitely going to try and get myself an Alahi shirt with Maxi on the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, dear me. Who's winning a chat? Well, it's 2-2. What's your country split usually by viewers? Oh, well, I mean, obviously the majority of viewers are from the United Kingdom, but we do have a big audience in America. We've got a huge audience in Australia, India, Cayman Islands, wherever. We're all over the globe, which is fantastic. And we, welcome everyone to this channel. It's
I tell you what, to be 1,600 viewers at 1 o'clock in the morning, you guys are mental. Well done.
Absolutely incredible. But that just goes to show the support, not just for the channel, but for Newcastle United. It's absolutely incredible. I'm trying to. I mean, Billy's saying can't send us the code, but I'm not sure what he means by the code because I haven't got a code. Billy, I'm the customer, mate. Foxy says, "How must think this is the end of the first quarter and not half time?" Oh, dear. Gary says, it's because the Toon review is the best watch alongside. Paul and Alex are working well together, you beauties. Thank you very much. We have another £5 super chat in from Ian Fleming, who says, my prediction is 2-1 Newcastle. 2-1 Newcastle, is that something you'd go for, Alex?
For what? 2-1? Huh?
Sorry, 4-2. What am I talking about? 4-2-1. 4-2.
I was going to say. Yeah, realistic. I can definitely see more goals in the second half. I'd love us to try and not concede any more in the second half and maybe score 1 or 2. So if we bring on a couple of more dangerous subs, they might also do the same. I think maybe 4-3 could be on the cards. I think we might score a couple. I think they might get 1. Although we definitely tidied it up towards the end of that first half there.
Just 2 seconds. Just sent the code to Billy, so Billy might join us for a little halftime chat. Can't sleep, so I think he's up at 4 in the morning as well. No, he's a trooper. He's an absolute trooper. Just change the clock because I forgot to do that on the last watch along. Back to 45 minutes. Ashley, he says, I can't understand American sports as they don't understand promotion or going down. Alan says, settle down, lads. This is a game for ready to experiment. Check out players and build fitness in the team. It's how well we are prepared for the first game of the season that counts.
We know.
We know that, Alan. We don't need settling down. We're just commentating on a football match. It wouldn't be any good commentary if we didn't put a bit of enthusiasm into it, friendly or not. And we are going to call out bad defending and things like that, but we know it's a friendly. Maxi putting stories on Instagram of Newcastle goals. He's kind of reminiscent. God bless him. As we are joined very late by Mr. Trey. Before we say anything, Abdullah, thank you for your $4.99 super chat. He says, how are people taking the mick out of Tonali on Twitter?
He's been fine.
Tonali's done nothing wrong.
There was a couple of balls gone through the midfield that I mean, you could argue that Bruno wasn't there either. They were just quite open.
Yeah. Morse, thank you very much for your 50 Saudi Arabian Real as well. Super sticker. That's very kind. Billy, what was what do you think of the first half?
I thought we started slowly. I thought defensively we were very open. I thought the right-hand side of defence were overcompensating for the weakness of the left-hand side of it. And we got caught out towards through that. I thought Tonali was weak for the first goal, if I'm perfectly honest. He's coming to the game much more as the game's gone on. We've got to remember this is the first time him and Bruno have played together. So it's likely they're going to have teething problems. They've looked fine as the half's gone on. And actually, they look as bad at the back as we do. And it's their full strength back line. So
they do look a bit dodgy with balls over the top, don't they?
Yeah, and bringing the ball out. They're dawdling on the ball. They're very slow. They're getting caught out with the press. Yeah, I think there's more goals than it's for us. And I think we can strengthen our side second half as well.
Now, Elliot Anderson, he could have basically had a hat-trick, Billy. Missed a sitter in the first 15 minutes. He could have equalised when it was 1-0 Villa. Then he scores a beautiful goal, then creates the second, but possibly was unlucky not to get the goal himself.
Yeah, the hardest chance he had, he scored, which was a fantastic finish. Really cool to step inside the defender and place it past Martinez. The first one he should have scored. He's had a rush of blood to the head, panicked, snatched at it. And he was, of course, the second goal was down to him as well. Great save from Martinez, but the Villa back three, back four, watching each other, trying to clear it. And Isak stepped in and knocked it into an empty net.
Rodrigo Andrade, thank you for your $5 super chat out there in California. He says, greetings from California. Great job. I am a big fan of the Toon Review. I saw Harvey Barnes in the subs list. Is he in the US? Yes, he's on the bench and ready to go. Alex, I mean, do we make a couple of changes maybe at halftime? I mean, it looks like Eddie Howe went straight to speak to Joe Linton after his interview, to be honest. So it looks like that.
Yeah, I think maybe whoever's going to get the chop, I think it might be Murphy. I think having Murphy and Miggy on at the same time on the same side is not really working. Anderson, although we lose a little bit of having Anderson, he still does amazing, and obviously did amazing in that first half offensively. I think it could be Murphy that gets the chop for the second half. Maybe Joe Linton on for him.
Yep.
It looks like Dan Burns coming on, by the way.
Yeah, it does. Mark Weatherall, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. Much appreciated. Billy, seen as, whenever Dubravka plays, we put you on Dubravka watch. Do you think he should have stopped the second?
It's at the near post. He'd be disappointed it's got in. However, Bundy has hit it with some welly. Hard for him to get down. I think he's been fine, actually. I don't particularly blame him for that, even though it was near post. It was more Trippier, again, overcompensating, being too far in and leaving Bundy on his own.
Well, Dan Burns definitely coming on because Eddie's just been having a big conversation with him. Still waiting to see who else might be coming on, whether there is going to be a goalkeeping change or not. Matt Target's just having a conversation with Eddie Howe. Looks like he's staying on. Tonali, I'm not sure. He went to the dugout there and he's disappeared off camera, so I'm not sure. It'll be very interesting to see. Are you staying with us for the second half, Bill?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Okay, well, I'll knock you down just to the small Billy. As we're just seeing Ollie Watkins celebrate. The second half isn't going to start yet, so I think they're going to an interval. Guys, we are 45 subscribers away from 22,000. Incredible. So we've gained quite a few subscribers already during this watch along. Let's see if we can get as close to 22k as we can. Certainly by the end of this of the show, we have over 1,600 watching, which is unbelievable for 1:05 on a Monday morning. It is incredible. So thank you for joining us, everybody.
Could I just mention, somebody's put it in the chat and I've just checked. So Keith Downey's just tweeted, looks like Newcastle will be changing their entire 11 at half-time. Those that started going through an intense running session, while those on the bench are warming up as a full group.
Well, during the commentary of the Brentford-Fulham game, the commentator said that they are permitted to make 4 substitutes at half-time.
It's just what Keith Downey's tweeted. I'm not saying it's true, but...
That's bizarre. Anyway, we'll soon find out. But Graham Ritchie, thank you for your $10 super chat. He says, well done, Elliot. How are the lads? Let's go the Toon. Great commentary, lads. Greetings from the Cayman Islands, 7 p.m. here. Flairboy, thank you much for your $4.99 super chat. He says, I think Tonali should be on those left-hand side set pieces, especially with Trippier being a right back, which is exactly what you said, Alex. It makes no sense. I mean, Billy...
5, 6. I can see at least 6 coming on. At least 6.
Well, I'm still at... I've got the Sky Sports stream on, and I'm still at bloody adverts at the minute, so...
I need to pause when... We're going to ask, mate.
So, obviously, I can't remember now. It doesn't matter. I'm sure if it was important, I would have remembered. But never mind. Jordan says Emery will be worried now. We have the momentum and we have the artillery on the bench as well. Well, it looks like we're going to see some of that artillery. Interesting if he changes the full 11. I think that's a bit of a...
TV where it's 2-2 between Newcastle.
Yeah, I do think we're probably in the... We've got the momentum for the second half here, regardless of who comes on. There are a lot of people stood by the sidelines. Miley, Richie, Gordon.
Yeah, I can see Gordon there next to Eddie Howe.
5. I can see 5. Wilson, Miley, Gordon, Richie, and Mankier. What's that noise coming from?
I think it's Alex's stream. Can you turn it down, buddy? Otherwise, I'll get done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordon's coming on. Mankio's coming on. I don't think Newcastle went to the dressing room, by the way. They stayed on the pitch. We're looking at Villa coming out now. But Newcastle definitely didn't go to the dressing room. That's bizarre. I've never seen that before, apart from Hull. Anyway, we're looking at just Eddie Howe just prancing around in the technical area there. Mankio, Gordon, I can see. Richie's coming on. Lewis Miley, and I'm trying to see who the other one is. Callum Wilson.
Big Joe's already on.
The 5.
Botman's coming on as well.
Billy, you're ahead of me. You must be, because you're telling me things I haven't seen. I feel like Mystic Meg has joined us.
I'll pause it.
Thank you. I'm excited to see how Lewis Miley does. Tonali's staying on, by the way. Matt Target is staying on. As we're just looking at Wilson and Gordon in conversation. I don't think Villa have changed many, to be honest. They look like they've kept their pretty much same 11 now by the looks of things. Geordie Toon for Life says there'll be penalties at the end of the game regardless of the score. It's supposed to help in tense moments of a proper penalty shootout. Personally, no pressure here in these games. What's the point of that?
Well, there's no pressure if it doesn't affect the final score.
Well, what's the point of having a... That's really... I mean, Alex will start saying Americanism again and stuff like that, but...
well, I mean, it is, isn't it? They're just forcing
penalty
kicks at the end of a game because reasons.
Yeah, but didn't their penalty kicks used to involve sort of going from the halfway line? Yeah. Strange. Anyway, Villa are going to get us underway. They'll be kicking from right to left in the second half. Newcastle left to right. I believe Bruno's gone off because I can see Tonali and Joe Linton in the middle there. We are back underway. I haven't had any official confirmation yet of who's on and off. But Newcastle... Well, they've certainly made more changes than Villa have at halftime. Joe Linton's first touch of the ball, and it's kicked out of play, and Newcastle are going to make more substitutions.
Put it out for on purpose. Just so we can get the subs on.
I think he's only allowed to make a certain amount at halftime, and then he's got to then...
Yeah, I think he's got to do it in 2 chunks. I think
What's
he's
a
just...
stupid fucking rule that is?
Well, that is... I mean, Christ on a bike.
That's so dumb. But it's clearly the funny rules they've implemented for this, whatever this tournament is.
Absolutely ridiculous. Redonkulous.
I wouldn't say Yankee rules. It might not be. It might not have been made by the Americans. This might have been,
the poor guy lifting the numbers on the board's having a field day here. He's just, his fingers are going like the clappers. But Lascelles is on as well, by the way, just to let everybody know.
Isn't yet.
And immediately jumps into the back of Joe Linton. Let's just settle it down here, lads. Here's Callum Wilson. He's got a good run from Mankio, and he gave Mankio the ball. Nice play, but then Mankio didn't realise the ball was alongside him. And then It looked like a race between him and the ball at one stage. By the way,
He was
Anthony
just off on
Gordon
a
still
run.
hasn't come on the pitch yet. So he's ready to come on, but obviously he could only make a certain amount again. As the ball's played through for Callum Wilson, but, well, who's that Villa goalkeeper? That's not Martinez.
Robin
That's
Olsen.
Callum Wilson. So, who?
Robin Olsen.
All right, okay, there you go.
He's the
Robin
one that came
Olsen's
on at St James last year, remember?
Yes, yes.
He was
Well,
shot
Pau
away.
Torres is on as well for Villa.
Oh, and his shirt name is Pow. I
Yeah.
hate it when they do that.
Pow! Pow, pow! Dear God.
Should we just call
Anyway.
him Paul?
Paul. Yeah. Tonali's still on the field. No, he's not. What am I talking about? That's a good ball down the right-hand side. Villa have a chance here. Cuts inside of Big Dan Burn. It's played back. It's a shot. It's a save. It's a goal from Buendia. And again, we are so slow to react. And Buendia tucks it in the back of the net. And it's 3-2 Villa. Guys, not good again. I mean, again,
Nice
the ball.
touch-up.
It's just through the middle of the park again, which is really frustrating. Really frustrating. And then the ball played inside Dan Burn. It's then cut back across. It's a good save by Dubravka onto the post.
There's an offside there. There's an offside there. Ollie Watkins is standing right in front of the keeper. He's in superior play, in my opinion.
Yeah, but why isn't anybody tracking Buendia? Just saying, oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
I think
son,
that
get
should
yourself
be
a goal.
I think that should be disallowed for Watkins' positioning. You're not wrong there, actually.
It was a
'Cause it
brilliant
looks
save
like
by
it's gonna go
Dubravka
to
as well, by the
Watkins.
way.
Yeah, really unlucky that how the way it comes off the post straight across the goal as well. Really unfortunate. That's offside. But definitely. That'd be disallowed in the Premier League.
Well, yeah, maybe the VAR would, of course, look at that in the Premier League and say, no, you don't. But, well. Uppy Old School, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, lads, think we need another centre-back. Any more news about the young lad from Monaco? Belfast Mags, no penalties after the game. It was only for the Man United game.
Well, they
Right.
have enough practice at it, didn't they? Let's be honest.
Well, yeah. I just think, what the hell would it? Penalties? Why? No need. Anyway, the player's back on the way. Anthony Gordon is now on the pitch and
Well
is
played.
dancing around brilliantly with the ball. And a bit of physicality there from Anthony Gordon, which is good to see. Getting right stuck in.
It's definitely worth giving a bit of credit to Matt Ritchie's absolutely wonderful left foot. That was an amazing switch from him.
Yep. Botman is also on alongside Lascelles. Here's Big Joe taken down.
Left didn't give it a first, of course.
Yeah. And it's back with Jamal Lascelles at the moment. Let's see what Lascelles can do with it. Rolls it to Botman. Botman in turn goes into Joe Linton, who just taps it back to Dan Burn. Burn brings it forward now for Newcastle United. Out to the left-hand side with Matt Ritchie. Ritchie back to Joe Linton. And it's all the way back to Jamal Lascelles. He's got Lewis Miley in front of him. Doesn't use him. Goes back to Botman. Botman again just taking his time, looking for the right pass. Gives it to Lascelles. Lascelles then brings it over the halfway line. Looks forward, gives it away. Terrible pass that to Lucas Dean. But to be fair, we've won the ball back very, very quickly there. I think Matt Targett's still on the pitch. He is. Matt Targett's still on the. I'm not sure where Matt Targett is playing. He's not left back. He's not left wing. He's just sort of floating in midfield at the moment. As a ball played over the top, Botman and Ollie Watkins battle for the ball. Botman comes out on top with that. Matt Cash now for Villa has to turn and go back. Wilson this time, it's his turn to press in this half. Sophia says this is like a final for Aston Villa, bless them. Well, that ball went out of play before. What on earth is that decision?
The officials are absolutely tragic, ain't they?
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, Lucas Dean's took about 20 yards forward there to take that throw in, and then he's lost the ball. Ritchie now for Newcastle, back to Lascelles. Lascelles taking his time and rolls it across to Sven Botman. Certainly no speed about Newcastle at the minute, just taking the time. Miley back to Dan Burn. Burn to Botman. Botman's got Lascelles to his right. Oh, yeah, man. Push up, man.
We're playing with a back three, aren't we?
It looks that way, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, Matt Targett looks like he's gone forward now. He's right, definitely left wing back. And I believe Matt Ritchie is the right wing back as Wilson turns. It's now came to Anthony Gordon. Joe Linton then plays it over the top to Matt Targett. Good ball. That Targett whips it in first time, and Olsen's off his line very quickly to grab the ball. Good ball in that, though, by Matt Targett. But
Wilson's trying to rugby tackle him for no reason there.
yeah,
Okay,
he's done that twice already in this half, actually. And I don't think Olsen's been very pleased with it. Interesting formation, though, as Joe Linton intercepts the ball, rolls it into Wilson. Back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton, nice ball across, just slightly overhit for Matt Ritchie's little legs, but he gets there, turns onto his left, rolls it back to Miley. Whipped in, good ball, and Gordon's header is over the bar, and probably should have done a bit better, guys. What a ball in that was from Matt Ritchie.
Should have headed it down, shouldn't he?
And Matt Ritchie's father, Eddie Howe, there, disappointed that Gordon headed that over the bar.
I think Wilson was ready to snap up anything that got dropped down there. I think that might have actually fallen to Wilson if he'd have left it.
Yeah, but the way Anthony Gordon's playing, you certainly can't blame him for going for that and putting the header in. As Aston Villa try and play out from the back here, but again, brilliant pressing from Newcastle, and that's well won back by Manquillo. Brilliant play by Manquillo there, and then he nutmegs Luca Dean, and he nutmegs him again. And how is that not a free kick, referee? And then the linesman goes and gives it the other way. You absolute wet fart. Unbelievable officiating.
Shocking officiating, that is. Awful.
God
absolutely almighty. Ridiculous. He's giggling because he knows it's wrong.
I mean, Manquillo did brilliantly. He nutmegs Luca Dean twice, by the way.
He's fouled there.
He's fouled twice.
Yeah. He's pushed him with the ball there. That's a free kick.
And then Manquillo wins the ball back.
It's not even a free kick. He's played the ball as well.
Rotten refereeing. Anyway, back underway. Joe Linton bossing around in midfield again. Great to see him back. And in goes Lewis Miley to win the ball back. Ritchie back to Lascelles. Great bit of play. And now out to Ritchie again. Ritchie cuts back in on his left foot and then rolls it back to Lascelles. Lascelles then to Botman. Botman again takes his time, just looking, make sure he gets the right pass.
Stop the spoilers, guys, please.
Yeah, no spoilers, please, or else you'll be thrown out. How many times do you have to say don't spoil it for everybody else? It's unbelievable, man. Give over. Long ball over the top for Anthony Gordon. Gordon's in on his left. Great save. And it comes to Callum Wilson. 3-3. A beautiful goal from Newcastle United. And again, it's that ball over the top. And Anthony Gordon, brilliant save by Olsen, to be honest. But the ball came out to Callum Wilson and he tucks it in the back of the net. And again, it's that ball over the top. What a wonderful pass that is to Anthony Gordon. Good shot, good save, and a simple tap in for Callum Wilson to make it 3-3. Lovely ball.
Turn, aren't they? They're very slow on the turn. All the Villa centre-backs I've seen tonight have all been really slow on the turn.
Yeah.
Diego Carlos that time. And Paul Torres watching Wilson.
I mean, Torres' marking there on Wilson was absolutely shocking. Guys, if you're going to put spoilers in, we will chuck you out. Last warning. Don't do it for the people that aren't actually watching. Wait till we've commentated on it and then comment. It's easy, guys. Come on.
To the salty Villa fans in the chat as well. You know, the refs are on your side and it's still 3-3. So hardy ha.
Yep. Oh, great chance here. Target's in the box. He's clipped it over. Wilson went for the emphatic.
Cool.
He's claiming handball, but not a great finish by Callum. But again, Joe Linton has made a massive difference as Harvey Barnes is warming up. George T, thank you very much for another £2 super chat, buddy. He's just said yes, indeed.
I mean, I called 4-3, didn't I?
You did, actually, yeah. Oh, great defending by Botman there. Or Watkins was through on goal. But then again, we're farting around with it again. But Lewis Miley, brilliant turn and drives us forward. Lays it to Matt Ritchie. Wonderful play from Lewis Miley. And now out to the right-hand side. Manquillo, he's got an overlap from Ritchie. Goes back to Lewis Miley. Miley's got Gordon screaming for the ball, but just lays it up to Big Joe. Joe then goes opposite to Dan Byrne. Byrne then goes to Target and then makes an overlap and run, Alex, which is... You don't see that very often.
Well, it was an underlap, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Lovely turn by Miley again. And he's taken on about 3 Villa players. Great bit of play from the youngster.
Great.
Whipped in, headed away. Great pressure this from Newcastle. Lewis Miley is having, well, again, start the second half bloody brilliantly. He looks a talent, by the way, guys. He really does. That's an awful kick from Olsen, and it's straight. And, Callum Wilson couldn't turn. Is that a penalty? No, says the referee. Got the ball. Wilson's gone down injured.
Did he get?
And he's still down.
Kick it out.
We'll have a look at that again.
Scumbags. Kick it out, for fuck's sake.
They're not kicking it out. Wilson's
Fucking
getting back to his feet
scumbags.
eventually.
Wow.
Ian Markwell, you're a prat. It's not 4-3. Stop trying to be idiots, please. This is why we make the Premier League ones subscribers only, because you just spoil it for everybody. Here's Buendia now to the box. Cuts it back. Good defending by Joe Linton. And then rolls it to Matt Ritchie. Ritchie turns, is brought down cynically by Douglas Luiz, and a free kick on the edge of the box.
Yeah, the card that.
Yeah, can we get some cards out now? This is getting a bit dangerous. It's the whole point in your job.
Ooh, I
Where's
tell
that
you what,
penalty? Oh,
that
he's
was a
gone through to get the
penalty.
ball. That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Yeah.
penalty.
He has got the
100%.
ball, but he's gone through to get to it. Without a doubt, penalty.
Stonewall.
Miley's been knocked off the ball. Ollie Watkins brings it away. He's got Joe Linton for company. Joe Linton did well to not. And I mean, there was about 5 Newcastle players all over Villa there to win the ball back. Botman then calmly knocks it out to Matt Ritchie. Ritchie brings it to Lewis Miley, who just in turn gives it back to Matt Ritchie. Matt Ritchie now on his left foot drills it across to try and find Matt Target, but it was a grass cutter, and it didn't get to the destination. As Villa come forward now with Matt Cash, he's been forced to turn back. Again, Kamara chased down by Anthony Gordon, clipped over the top for Buendia. Brilliant chance for Villa, this to make it 4-3, and he's missed. Great. Well, I mean, he was late coming out, Billy, but it was like, Buendia kind of made a mess of that, to be honest. He tried to do the fancy sort of.
It was Botman who messed up the offside line, not the cells.
I know.
That's a rarity.
Yes, but isn't it amazing how many times Jamal plays and we mess up the offside?
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault. That was Botman.
It wasn't. No,
it wasn't.
Lascelles did well, actually. He got back and stopped the shot being into an empty net, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Botman has the ball now for Newcastle United. 59 minutes gone, 3-3 here. In what has been a very entertaining friendly. Good ball down the line. No, well, not such a good ball looking for Anthony Gordon. And Villa escape again. But we certainly look dangerous on the attack as Joe Linton now picks the ball up. A big difference he's made in midfield. Ritchie back to Lewis Miley. Miley to Joe Linton. Inside to Anthony Gordon is in a bit of space. Goes on a marauding run again. Brilliant from Anthony Gordon. He's brought down.
That's a penalty.
He's told to get up again. Anthony Gordon grabbing his ankle.
Wow, this is 2 Stonewall penalties now.
Eddie Howe is absolutely furious.
Bring him home.
How is that not a penalty kick?
Bring him home.
That was superb from Anthony Gordon, by the way. Absolutely brilliant piece of skill.
They're not going to want us.
They don't know the rules. Bring them home. Fucking waste of time. They don't know offsides. They don't know free kicks. They don't know fuck all. Bring them home.
Yeah, but these are English officials, Billy. That's the thing.
They're not.
Well, I thought they were. They were in the last game.
These ain't.
Well, he is actually, given that he's in blue, I don't think he... Oh, here come Villa. Oh, he's through on goal. This is Ollie Watkins. No, it's not Ollie Watkins. It's somebody in the number 71. And, how is that not a goal? My auntie's Fanny. I cannot believe that they haven't taken the lead there. That is unbelievable.
You both did it well there.
I mean, this game could be anything. But, we've been denied 2 Stonewall penalties for a start. And then how he hasn't scored there, I will never actually know.
2 Stonewall penalties. 2 goals offside. It's been a disgraceful show.
The third goal came from when we were making a massive substitutions. We'd still got Gordon waiting to come on, and you know that is a big factor in it. And we should have had the 2 penalties there. The lads, their heads are down, and they get through with another chance. We just need some better officiating, honestly.
By the way, Joe Linton just did brilliantly to win the ball back and keep the ball in play, and then gave an awful pass straight back to Villa as Buendia's trying to.
Referee.
Look at Buendia.
Straight over the top on Lascelles there.
Look at your little fucking garden gnome. Get away from him.
Trying to get some
Honestly, man,
cards out,
Lascelles could knock you out in a blow. Honestly.
Trying to get some cards out.
That's a
there.
red card. That's a red card for me.
And now Villa decide they're going to make changes. Tielemans is one of them that's coming on. No Moussa Diaby, by the way, in the squad today for Villa. As Luca Dean is one of them going off. But I'm not happy with Villa today. I'm not happy with, Buendia's going off. Good luck, son. Because you would have got your head knocked off.
It's not Villa that's the problem. It's the officials. The officials can control this.
Yeah, well, that was naughty by Buendia, Alex. That was very naughty.
By using warnings and yellow cards, they can somewhat control this, and they're not doing it.
Yes, but you've got to remember these referees think that they've got penalty bins and stuff like that. And Anthony Gordon having a word with the referee there, saying how on God's earth was that not a penalty? We haven't seen a replay of it, by the way, but bloody incredible. Guys, still over 1,600 watching at 1 in the morning, which is quite phenomenal. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are 33 away from hitting 22,000 subscribers. So please do hit that subscribe button if you are new and enjoying the watch along. Ball played over the top here for Anthony Gordon right now down by the corner flag. Gordon cuts back in his right foot, intercepted. But, oh,
Go on.
no, that's not a free kick, referee.
Fuck's sake. You can't wait.
Callum Wilson he's going ballistic with the referee. Douglas Luiz fell to the floor. Well, he went down quicker than a Dutch hooker there, didn't he? And he's been given unbelievable. I mean, this referee, holy hell's teeth. And even though it's a friendly, it's still very frustrating for the players because they're just rubbish. And there you go again. Joe Linton wins the ball and he gives another free kick away.
Oh, I'm not sure he got the ball.
I think that one was a free kick, to be fair.
I don't give a shit anymore, guys, quite plainly. 63 minutes gone.
I'm getting frustrated now because
Look at his fucking hair. Christ.
Yeah, Joe Linton needs a cut pretty
in the ref.
immediately. Yeah, I know, but Joe Linton's is dreadful. Sophia says they should bring in a rule where a ref can be subbed if he's absolutely useless. Yeah. Eddie Howe has a lovely white tan, says Geordie Toon for life. Yeah. God, we're now only 27 away from 22,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much. Keep hitting that subscribe button if you're new and like what you see and want to be part of such a brilliant, brilliant community. Douglas Luiz is over this. He's took it quickly. That is, for me, a complete waste of a free kick. I mean, what the hell was that? They've passed it between the three of them now for about 9 passes. Then in it comes Lascelles, gets ahead on it and clears it away for Newcastle United. It's with Luiz again. He's got Joe Linton in front of him. He's had to turn and go back. Tielemans back to Douglas Luiz. Joe Linton quickly in on him. Newcastle pressing high again, knocking them off the ball when they can. Villa back on the halfway line now with Matty Cash. Nice ball, that. And they have a chance here, but good defending again. Lascelles is pushed there. Thank you, referee. Dear God. I mean, Villa, they've been a little bit sneaky here, guys.
Absolutely.
Anyone?
They've been sticking, leaving foot in, diving around like absolute dickheads. Typical,
Again, it's the referee's job to punish this. And it's the poor officiating that's causing it. Because it wasn't this bad in the first half.
Botman brings it out for Newcastle. Again, never looks like he's in a hurry. Lascelles then touches it on to Javi Manquillo. Manquillo back to Jamal Lascelles, then rolls it to Sven Botman. Botman now brings it forward and then just lays it off to Dan Burn. 3 centre-backs for Newcastle United in this second half. 3-3 after 65 minutes. It's now with Manquillo. Manquillo. That's deflected and throw into Newcastle. Villa begging it was them.
On what planet?
So proud, referee.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Glenn says, this is as entertaining as it is frustrating. Loving the commentary, lads. Loving it. Thanks very much, buddy. Wow, we're only 19 subscribers away from 22,000 now. Incredible stuff, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Really do appreciate it. Can we get to 22,000 by the end of the stream? That would be unbelievable. Still over 1,600 watching at 1:30 in the morning. You guys are legends. Honestly, absolute legends out there. And so many of the regulars in as well. Unbelievable. Tony says Billy's Chewbacca Brummy voice with laughing emojis. The Brummy Chewbacca, yeah. Wow. Gordon Bennett, I smell the cheese. Here's Dan Byrne now, switching the play, but he hasn't, unfortunately, got the eye for that kind of thing. And Villa win the ball back now with Douglas Luiz, who was brought down by Joe Linton, who left a little bit of a foot in there, but realised it was his Brazilian pal and shakes his hand. And they get on with the game. Look at Callum Wilson sniffing around Tielemans there, just putting him off. He's such an annoying opposing player. He just gets in the faces, doesn't he? He's brilliant to watch at times. Guys, you know, you are co-commentators. You can say something, you know. Alex looks like he's in a bloody history lesson. He's staring at the screen all the time.
I'm analysing. I'm watching.
Somebody's just asked us if we're doing the 1:30 kickoff. Yes, we are. We're doing all of them. Long ball over the top.
That's a good ball.
Again, Anthony Gordon trying to get on the end of it. I have to say, though, lads, I am so impressed with Lewis Miley. I really, really am.
Got to get there, Jamal. Did well played.
He did.
Yeah, there's been a few situations where Lewis Miley bailed Joe Linton out as well.
Ian Spoons, even when we are awful, Aston Villa are worse. Ian, you'll have to change your name from Toon Trader, you know, to actually say it like Ian Spoons. I think Spoons is your name now. But thank you for your 199 super chat. Guys, we're 9 subscribers away from 22,000. 9 subscribers away. God, I feel like a bingo caller. Unbelievable. Yeah, it is a drinks break. 68 minutes gone, and it is 3-3. Peter Bill,
time. It's got to be time.
Hopefully.
Surely.
Peter Bill, thank you very much for your £5 super sticker. That is very kind, my man. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. 1,650 people watching. Please do give it the thumbs up as well. What is Tyrone Mings doing? He looks like he's on a headset. Is he getting interviewed by TV?
Doing a drinks break.
He is.
Talk.
What? Oh, this is so Americanized. It's unbelievable, guys.
I mean, halftime team talk was bad
on.
enough, but a drinks break talk.
Give our, please. I mean, he looks like one of those coaches in the, the NFL when they've all, literally everyone on the sideline has a headset on. It's unbelievable.
I'm embarrassed for everyone involved.
Wow, unreal.
I'm happy for baseball and the NFL to have that. You know, you do you. That's fine. We adapt, but don't change our sports. Do them properly.
Magic Mole says you need a little studio so you can all sit in the same room. Well, it would have to be rather large studio to fit us in, given that there's hundreds of miles between us.
Hey, one short of 22, guys.
We are one short of 22. It is looking like we're going to hit that on this stream, which is considering. There we go. We've just ticked over to 22,000 subscribers. Absolutely unbelievable. You guys are absolutely legends. You are. Thank you so much for the support. King Hoddle, our resident Tottenham fan, is also in the chat, and he says the Yanks are going to F up football completely. There will be ad breaks mid-game next. Oh, Christ, don't say that.
And no Clonger Magpie. I don't care if it's the American series. I will not get over it. Do sports properly or don't do them at all. Very simple.
I know, yeah. I know. It's our game. Don't Americanize it, for God's sake, as Joe Linton is humped off the ball. Dynamics Detailing, thanks for your $9.99 super chat. He says, thanks for the best commentary I've ever heard at 1:30 a.m. Proper funny. Thank you very much, mate. Really do appreciate that. Barnes is on, by the way, guys.
He is. Told you it was nearly Barnes time, didn't I?
Where's he playing? Left-hand side? Yeah. He's calling for Matt Target, I think. Was that another super chat? Adam, thank you very much for your £3 super chat. Same game. First game, we are away with VAR. Yeah. Interesting. Callum Scott, thank you very... Is that the Callum Scott, the singer? Thank you for your £10 super chat. This is great commentating, guys. Jesus, Billy, is there any need for those noises at this time of the morning? Great commentating, guys. Miley looks like a talent. Refereeing is a joke. Congrats on 22,000 subs. Thank you very much, matey. Really appreciate it. That's got to be offside there. Good grief.
Well,
Massively. There we go.
I'm surprised. It looks like Dubravka's going to get the 90 minutes, guys.
Looks that way. Looks that way, yeah.
Harvey Barnes looks good in a black and white shirt, by the way. And here he is, running down the left-hand side for Newcastle United. Plays it in for Anthony Gordon. Lovely football. Barnes wants the return. Gordon cuts on his right. It's come to Harvey Barnes, who might be offside, and I think that's why he didn't touch it. But again, lovely work. Oh, come on. That is a dive I've ever seen in my life.
He's fell for it as well. He's fell for it. That's why.
Christ almighty. This is terrible officiating. If this is what the officiating's like in the MLS, Jesus, there's no hope for football in America. Oh, sorry.
Also, if you Americans getting a little bit bitter now, you knew this was coming. You were warned. You've been prepared. We don't like how you operate sports. We accept and we're not going to interfere in your sports franchises and how you run your own sports.
By the way, another brilliant bit of play from Lewis Miley there. He looks so confident.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Spike, thank you very much for your £10 super chat, buddy. Poor officials is being kind. Yes, indeed. But we are kind on this channel. You know that, Spike. Billy, will you stop making that noise, man? Adam 1516 Toon, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much for signing up and thank you for your support, matey. Glad to have you into the family.
Tielemans is absolutely knackered and he's been on the pitch about 4 minutes.
He is. He's not looking happy to be out there. Let's put it that way.
No.
Anyway, Villa have a free kick, which they eventually take. Tielemans on the ball now. Good pressing again by Newcastle United. And that's what I'm excited. Do you see Harvey Barnes there? Really, very athletic, closing down. I think he's going to be a top player for us. I really do. But linking up brilliantly with Anthony Gordon already, we've seen a couple of times. But Lewis Miley is not afraid to get stuck in. He's just won a header there.
Yeah,
I mean, he is. Guys, he's seriously pushing for a first-team squad, be amongst this first-team squad this season. There's no doubt about it. And I think, given that he's played all the friendlies, I think Eddie Howe is really interested in keeping this guy.
I think it's worth giving Lascelles some credit for that recovery run where he just put his neck literally on the line.
Guys, please, somebody timestamp that comment from Alex, please, because I think that's the first time he's ever said such a thing.
He's been all right so far, to be fair to him. He's done fine.
I mean, to be honest, we've kind of had the majority of this of the second half, to be fair.
But what we don't see is we don't see those Fabian Schär pings from Lascelles. That's what we miss out on.
There's a beautiful one from Botman, well cut out, but it drops to Lewis Miley. Miley brings the ball down, just rolls it back to Dan Burn, into Anthony Gordon now. Gordon swings it out to the right-hand side where Manquillo awaits. Manquillo now, he's got help from Richie, but he rolls it back to Jamal Lascelles and across to Sven Botman. Botman, again, just takes his time, rolls it into Lewis Miley. Miley, lovely turn, and he gets Newcastle on the attack straight away there. Now Harvey Barnes, back to Lewis Miley. Miley to Gordon. This is good play by Newcastle United. Some wonderful passing here. And Gordon blocked off there, but as usual, the referee says play on.
Come on, man, that's obstruction.
And it puts Villa on the break. He's going against Lascelles. Good defending, Jamal Lascelles. Well done. Rolls it back to Botman. Jesus Christ.
Eyes on the ball.
Yeah. Botman now rolls it up to Miley. Lewis Miley, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to him being in the team. To be honest, he looks so comfortable. Long ball played forward to Callum Wilson, who is thrown to the floor. And finally, the referee decides, I think it's about 10 minutes since I last gave Newcastle a free kick. So I'll give them one now. 15 minutes left of the game. Jamal Lascelles is down injured. I think he just got trod on, to be honest. He's not looking too pleased with the referee. But I wouldn't be too pleased with the referee if it got trod on. But the referee just isn't seeing anything. But you know what? Considering the first 15 minutes of this game was absolute, the world's worst nightmare, we've come back into this pretty well. We've been down twice in this game and we've come back. Here's Harvey Barnes now for Newcastle. Overlaps, but he finds Anthony Gordon. Good play again from Gordon. But it's good defending, and he holds off Anthony Gordon. It goes for a goal kick.
I thought it was corner.
Did they not touch that last?
I'm sure they did.
Well, let's be honest, guys. Even if it was blatantly obvious it was a corner, they're not going to give one other. Let's be honest. 40,000 fans in the stadium for the game, which is pretty incredible. But you know what's nice? It's nice to see all the fans mixed together, isn't it? Without any trouble. You know what I mean? They're all, you know, loads of Villa and Newcastle fans all batched in together, which they do in America. There's.
I mean, I
what?
respect them. I respect them being polite and there's no fighting. I obviously massive respect, but it is still a bit odd seeing all those shirts mixed together.
Yeah.
The Man United shirt there earlier. What the fuck
Yeah,
doing
it was. Well, that's where, well, a lot of them are, Billy. Don't forget. They fly in from all over the world to come to Old Trafford because there's none in Manchester. Here's Javi Manquillo now for Newcastle. Just rolls it back to Matt Ritchie, who is still looking as energetic as ever, guys. He's running all over the place. Kyle Fitch, thank you very much for your $9.99. Very kind, my man. Thank you so much. Over 1,700 of you watching now as Callum Wilson breaks in, but Olsen very, very quick off his line there.
Lucky.
Kyle says, Geordie fan in Texas here. Thanks for the partisan commentary. It's much more entertaining than Tim Howard's pretend impartiality. Also, thanks for being my best source for NUFC news from far away. Thank you very much, Kyle. Lovely words, mate. King Hoddle says, you look the fitter side. Yeah, I'd agree with that, actually. Some of the Villa players look dead on their feet, and some of them have only been on 5 minutes. Long ball played out to the right-hand side again. Matt Ritchie beautifully takes it down on his chest to take it past two Villa players. Joe Linton now gives it back to Jamal Lascelles. We've definitely looked the better side second half, guys. Since Villa went in front, and then we've sort of... Well, that's an awful ball from Sven Botman.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if we don't go on and win this game now. Another 12 minutes left. We look fitter. We definitely got to be pushing for a fourth goal and a winner.
Well, I just didn't want to lose. I just didn't want to lose to Villa, no matter whether it's a friendly or not. And when we were 2-0 down, almost 3-0 down on 15 minutes, you know, I kept my emotions in check. And for me, that's very difficult. But, you know, we've certainly played well after that. Miley now, lovely ball out of the right hands. What a pass that is from Lewis Miley. Taken straight down by Ritchie, and we win a throw-in. What a ball, guys.
Yeah,
good ball, good first touch as well.
Got everything in.
He just looks really composed, as if he just doesn't panic on the ball. And he's playing that sort of central defensive midfield role brilliantly. Here he is on the ball now, just rolls it back to Jamal Lascelles, who in turn goes out to the right to Javi Manquillo. Manquillo has got Matt Ritchie in support. Manquillo makes the run. Ritchie tries to nutmeg, but we win a throw-in. Joe Linton will take it.
I think we've got more depth to our squad than they have, I've got to say.
Well, I mean, you know, we're talking about squad depth and signings and things like that, but to be honest, I mean, the way Miley's performing, he really does look a cut above. Here's Harvey Barnes on the left-hand side. I just got delayed on my stream for about 5 seconds there. Northumberland Geordie, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. He says the referee is a disgrace. Should be doing under eights football. Right, I'm going to have to refresh my stream here, guys.
Joe Linton should really be in the book. He's done about 5 just barges on people now.
Yeah, he's been a bit naughty there. Why have I gone to NBC News? Well, wait, hang on a minute.
Villa have the ball at the moment in the back three, all the way back to the keeper, who's being pressured by Wilson. He chips it over to the left back, whoever he may be, and straight out of play, it's gone. It's a Newcastle throw-in. You back in
right back, left back, any back? I've just got a spinning wheel in front of me, guys, at the minute. It's very frustrating. Oh, no, I'm back. Oh, God, I've pressed the button again, and I've gone back to NBC News. What the hell?
Newcastle have got possession of the ball. Jamal Lascelles in the centre circle. We played it square to Sven Botman.
Yeah, I've got it back, Bill.
Okay, don't want to break now.
Thank you very much. I think I'm a bit behind you, actually, though, Billy, because I've got Tielemans in the middle of the park at the moment.
What's your time?
I don't know, because there's a bloody advert come up in the top corner. For God's sake, man. American telly. Sod off. 81 minutes and 10 seconds.
I'm behind you, then.
All right, okay. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we got just under 9 minutes left. Villa have the ball at the moment with Matty Cash, who spreads it out to the left-hand side. Can Villa get a winner? or is this going to just gently drag out into a draw? We will wait and see. But Villa are pushing here. And that's a lovely ball. Jamal Lascelles leaves it as tells Javi Manquillo to get on his bike and get it. Shot comes in, blocked by Lascelles. Tielemans goes wide again. Villa putting a little bit of pressure on us here, trying to get this winning goal.
Joe, you have to close that down. You can't just stand there.
Good block by Lewis Miley again, coming out and blocking it. He's really impressed me in these friendlies. Like he really has. I think we've got a real talent on our hands here for such a tall guy as well.
Yeah.
As Villa whip the cross in all the way at the back post, and Dan Burn taking no chances, and it's out for a Villa corner.
Someone's got to give him a shout there.
He is, yeah. I don't know why he didn't get a shout. Emery looks very animated with his slick back hair and his black t-shirt. But you have to say he's doing a wonderful job at Aston Villa at the moment. He looks very calm in his technical area. Eddie Howe doesn't. As Tielemans is going to take this corner for Villa. Right-footed outswinger. Here it comes. And a good header away. I think it was Callum Wilson that got his head on that. But Villa's still on the attack here. Dan Burn is across this side now. So he's out of position. Just hope somebody picks his position up. Villa just looking for a shooting chance here. Tielemans again goes wide. Still no cross comes in from Villa. They're trying to cut back and have a shot is what they're mainly trying to do. Good play by Matt Ritchie, forcing Ramsey back. But Ramsey does really well, looking for the 1-2. And Villa suddenly looking like the stronger side all of a sudden here. Swung in, knocked back. Again out to the left-hand side. Villa putting pressure on. Miley comes out to close down. Played all the way out to the right-hand side now. Bit of possession for Villa, pushing us back. And Joe Linton, well... I mean, he's not very happy. He's claiming a dive, but yeah, he's very late there, isn't he? He's not very happy with that refereeing decision, but I don't know why he's arguing.
Well,
to be
we won't
honest,
get a proper replay anyway, so we can't
well, we
really
are.
tell.
That was a horrible foul. I mean, I don't know whether he's upset about something that happened previously to that, because I'm not sure whether he's actually complaining about the foul
I don't know,
he made.
from that replay, you can't see from that angle whether he's touched him or not. That's surely
that looked like a tackle of anger for something that happened earlier, Alex. To be honest,
yeah, but you can't confirm the contact from that camera angle. You'd have to see it from the side.
I bloody didn't.
He's been booked for it anyway.
Was he booked?
Yeah.
It was like his sixth foul.
Accumulation, yeah.
Cross comes in. Good header away again from Jamal Lascelles. And then, well, he's trying to score from the most impossible angle I've ever seen. And I don't think that impressed his manager very much at all from Diego Carlos.
What was he doing?
And I think he's had a bit to say to Carlos there. I think it's fair to say there, lads, that Emery was not impressed with what he just saw.
No, it was optimistic to say the least.
Yeah.
Thinks he's Fabian Schär.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, we're in possession of the ball again with Sven Botman. We've got 5 minutes of normal time to go, and the ball is now with Harvey Barnes on the left-hand side. Barnes, lovely little ball over the top, looking for Wilson, but well read by Diego Carlos. But I thought Barnes was going to nip in again and take the ball. We were very unlucky there.
Every ricochet's going that way, isn't it, at the minute?
It is. I'm liking the link-up, though, guys. I'm liking the link-up between Barnes and Anthony Gordon. Yeah. I think they've done quite well.
Yeah, once they start to find a few more 1-2s with each other, it's going to be very dangerous.
Indeed. The ball played away by Villa. Good play by Joe Linton. Good strength. And he wins the ball back. Nice bit of skill from Big Joe. Rolls it into Lewis Miley. Miley out to Manquillo. Manquillo inside to Ritchie. Ritchie's then taken down from behind. And finally, the referee blows his whistle. It looked like he tried to have a bit of play on there, but he didn't.
All due respect to Wilson, but just going back to the Gordon and Barnes link-up play, Isak's quite partial to a little bit of link-up play on that left side. I think that could be a nice little trio there.
It's very exciting, guys, isn't it? To see what, when we do eventually, start the season. It's some of the attacking players we've got are genuinely players that get you off your seat, which is fantastic.
I've enjoyed Anthony Gordon with the free roll. It's been really effervescent.
Free kick, which Matt Ritchie's going to take now, and we need to stay on side with these. Ritchie floats it in. looking for belief Sven Botman. We didn't get there, and it is
What?
offside. Jesus Christ. Honestly, man. I'm not sure, whether these referees actually know what the hell offside is. These American guys, I just, unless they play a different offside rule to us, I don't know.
I never generally see us offside from set pieces, but we've been offside about 4 times today from set pieces. It's bizarre.
Yeah. It ain't been great. It ain't been great. But 3 minutes to go, and then whatever the referee decides to add on. And now played back to Dubravka, and he just does a nice little dummy there and lets the ball go out for a Newcastle United goal kick. So can we get the ball forward as we're looking at Tyndall and Eddie Howe having a chat? And then, well, I don't think Mr. Emery's very happy anymore. He's looking a bit upset. Anyway, Jamal Lascelles has the ball now, and now he does try and ping along. That's an absolutely beautiful ball over the top, and it's come to Harvey Barnes. Barnes cuts in on his right. Barnes unleashes. Good save. That's what we like to see. That's what we've seen from Harvey Barnes for a long time for Leicester City, cutting in on the right side and then firing in a shot. And Olsen gathers it up, and then was Callum Wilson. Look at him, man. He's having a little kick at him. But then they were laughing together, so a good bit of fun there between the goalkeeper and Callum. But that's what we want to see from Barnes, guys.
Nice 40-yard pass from the centre half as well.
It was Lascelles, yes.
Yeah, it was very good into space. Yeah, dressed man as well. We're not going to stop talking about the American thing because it's in the USA, so shush.
Yeah. Dear. Well, if you're American, then Alex will probably upset you a lot.
Have a look at some of our watch-alongs previously. We've also been very unhappy with all of the English officiating from the entirety of last season.
Yes, we have. Yeah. Good work there by Joe Linton getting it out to Javi Manquillo. Manquillo cuts inside, rolls it into Sven Botman. Botman has options to the left with Dan Byrne. Byrne immediately moves it up the line to Harvey Barnes. Barnes cuts in on his right foot, has a look, just gently rolls it back to Sven Botman. 89 minutes gone. 3-3 here in this. It's been a really good game, actually. I've enjoyed it, guys. I don't know about you, but I've pretty much enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's been a good test, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously in friendlies, you expect lots of changes and stuff, but it has been a really good game. Here's Lewis Miley, who I've been superbly impressed with so far. Rolls it out to Harvey Barnes again. Barnes checks back, goes back to Dan Byrne. Byrne then checks again and goes to Botman. Botman across to Lascelles. Newcastle patiently building here, trying to look for that winning goal. Manquillo back to Lascelles on the halfway line now. Lascelles. Ritchie. Back to Lascelles. Lascelles now rolls it into Callum Wilson, looking for a runner. And he's played a beautiful. He's given offside.
You're having a laugh, referee.
Manquillo beautifully finishes it with the outside of the boot. That's not offside.
No way that's offside.
Might have been.
Let's have a look. We'll see this time.
Oh, he is actually, he's just off. Yeah. All right, we'll let them off this time. What a finish, though. Outside of the right boot. Get in, son.
Although the linesman wasn't actually in line with it. It was off, but the linesman needs to do better there.
Yeah. Well, apart from the first 15 minutes, I've been quite happy with the performance, to be honest, by all the teams. Billy, I'm gonna have that noise in my head when I try and go to sleep. All I'm gonna hear is you sound like some bloody OAP dogger. Anyway, we're into injury time now. I'm not sure how many minutes the referee has added on because there's nothing on our screens as of yet. But we are over the 90 minutes. Good header. God almighty, that's awful. Joe Linton's gone on, pulls it back.
We'll have the advantage,
the referee. Oh my God, there's Newcastle players all over the shop here.
You have the advantage. You can't just go forward.
That's not an advantage, referee. You absolute buffoon of a man.
Oh dear. Okay, any credibility you'd got, Americans in the chat, it's all been lost. Sorry, that's atrocious. That's not how the advantage rule works. It's longer than 2 seconds.
Bloody hell. I mean, that was deserving of a booking anyway. It was a horrible tackle on Harvey Barnes. As Villa get a corner very, very late on in the game.
Stinking refereeing, man.
Jesus. Unbelievable, man. Really unbelievable.
I mean, fair enough playing the advantage. So we recognised it was a foul, which is the important part. But then we didn't gain from the advantage within a few seconds. So you pull it back with a free kick. That's how that works.
They've took the bloody clock off the telly. So you can't see how many injury minutes there is. Anyway, in comes the corner for Villa. 4 minutes of injury time as Villa just head over the bar, yet they get another corner, says the referee. Gee, honest to God, this is unbelievable. That's not a corner. Wilson didn't head that. Jesus.
So their 16 heads that, and they get a corner.
Wow.
They're going to get a corner for that.
Yeah, that shot's ended up in New York. Never mind Philadelphia. Jeez. Anyway, we got a minute and a half to go. It'll give us time to take the goal kick and maybe get down the pitch. But we're not exactly looking like we're in a hurry to do so, to win the game. I think we're just... Lascelles brings it to the D and sends it out to Dan Byrne on the left. Byrne then decides to bring it forward a little bit, looking for a pass, clips it over the top. Callum Wilson is after it, but it's overhit by Dan Byrne and Olsen rolls it out. 1 minute left of injury time in this game. Played over the top by Tielemans. Byrne is after it. Byrne sort of deals with it and then clears it away up the line. But Villa win it back with cash. Now Tielemans. Good. Byrne wins it back, but it's to absolutely no one. And now Villa coming down the right-hand side. Can they try and win the game? Oh!
He's getting a yellow card for that.
Yeah, Dan Byrne, that was horrific. I mean, wow. He goes over the ball. That's a terrible tackle by Dan Byrne. That is awful. I mean, there's no need to go in like that. Like, I'm sorry, but that over the top of the ball like that is ridiculous. Free kick for Villa. The 4 minutes of injury time are up, so this is probably going to be the last chance of the game, and it's going to fall to Villa. Tielemans is going to take it. In it comes. And Dubravka punches it, and it goes for a corner. The referee is going to allow time to... Has he? No, he's blown the full-time whistle. That is it. It is finished 3-3. I mean, Villa aren't very happy with that, but you know what it is? I mean, time was up. They missed the free kick opportunity, and it finishes 3-3. I mean, guys, Alex, we'll start with you. Do you want to sum that up?
Yeah, shocking first 15 minutes, and then we calmed down in the first half. Some good goals from us. Elliot Anderson deserves a lot of credit for the entire performance. Second half, I thought we were the better team overall.
Yeah,
I think their goals were, their goals came out of our mistakes, and then the third one was because of the wholesale changes we made, and we weren't able to get all of the substitutions on because of the funny rules. But fair enough, they scored their 3 goals, but I think we created ours a lot better. I thought we were the better of the two sides, despite it being 3-3, although it was marginal. There wasn't much between us. Although I think they did try and start a much stronger lineup, whereas ours was a lot more mishmash with a lot of changes. So I think we've still got a lot of secrets, and we've got the upper hand going into the first day of the season against Villa, I still think.
Yeah, absolutely. Big G, thank you very much for your $49.99 super chat. That is unbelievably kind. Thank you so much. He says, cheers, lads. Enjoyed the stream. Drinks on me. And Callum Scott, another £10 super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. He says, I don't think I've ever laughed so much during a game. As we're seeing Callum Wilson get interviewed now. But, guys, I mean, look, Billy, do you want to sum that up?
Yeah, I think much as Alex said, I think we started off slowly. I think the first half, there was an imbalance in the defence. Very weak down the left-hand side and left centre. Obviously, with Dummett and Target there. And the right-hand side defenders, Cher and Trippier were pulled in.
Yeah.
and left space on the left twice. And I think as the half went on, we came into the game. Their defence looked weak also. And I think second half we were the better side. If I'm honest, I think their third goal should definitely not have been allowed for offside, and we should have had a penalty also, at least one. Referees have done us dirty. Perhaps two. Yeah, the referees have done us dirty. All in all, I think we were the better side, deserved to win the game.
George T, thank you very much for your £22 super chat. Really kind again. Enjoyed that after a poor start. At least it wasn't a defeat. Exactly. And I think, avoiding defeats keeps the confidence going. I mean, I don't know how much confidence would have took a hit if we'd lost the game anyway, because there was some dreadful decisions in that game, it's fair to say. But there you go. It is 2:00 in the morning and the game has ended. Thank you so much, everybody. Over 1,700 people watching tonight's watch along, which basically, or this morning's watch along, whichever way you want to look at it. We've had an incredible amount of super chats. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to all the new members as well. We've just lost 2 subscribers there for some strange reason, but thank you for that. But we are over 22,000, so thank you very, very much for that as well. It's been an incredible morning. We'll let these 2 guys go because they've got work tomorrow, and I've got editing and various other things to get on with as well. Thank you so much to the mod squad as well for a fabulous night as well. But you guys out there, you're absolute legends. Thank you so much for spending your very, very early morning with us. It's a very early morning again for the next game. I think it's a 1:15 or 1:30 kickoff. But you will get the commentary live on the Toon Review as usual. So thank you very much, guys. Well, get yourselves to bed, have a good sleep, and we'll see you very soon. In the meantime, good night, everyone.
How are you guys and broads?
Come back and check out some green.